Very
It's
well
a
done.
good phrase.
Hello there. All right, it's live. Cool beans. Hello everyone. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. It's where well, there's the dragons parts are pretty scarce. The dungeons part there was like a handful of them, but other than that, we mostly live up to the name. Um, so yeah, this is the Tales of Revedia. This is where we have the players playing the game. I've introduced them all numerous times, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If you haven't figured it out by now, I can't help you. Um,
What about new people?
I mean, no people. It's
We
it's
should
like
only
it's
be so lucky.
no. We don't want to make them feel part of the club. You know, they gotta. We have to haze them a little bit, and then they can join in. But we're here. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. I guess I should recap the last session. Is that a thing you normally do? Is that something we usually do? So last session, the party did stuff, which is an ambiguous thing to say. Um, However, that's fine. I'll be specific. So the party, they have been along the path of fucking around and finding out for quite a while now. And they found out something quite interesting last session, as they had just returned from defeating the what was the creature? It was, I believe, mechanically, it was a rot demon. But this creature that basically manipulated the fields or the bones along the fields to fight, they decided they wanted more. They wanted more. So they went to the opposite side of the place and decided to fight the other thing. And they won because sometimes I make mistakes with encounter design, you know. But it happens. It's cool. Um, and oh god, I remember how you guys got here. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But as the party had defeated the secondary creature, which was basically this, like, bone hecatoncheires, um, they decided to do a little bit of investigating as this new area had basically just opened up into this pit. Um, and some of them, in their investigations, I don't have a fucking token for Design on here. I'm gonna fucking make, he's the circle. Where is, I'm gonna make a circle. He's the circle. Is it even a filled circle? No, it's good enough though. That's Design. I can't move it. I can't fucking move it. Wait.
So we're
Okay,
in a
there we go.
new spot, guys. We're not on Roll20 anymore.
Yeah, thank fucking. I don't like Roll20. I'm gonna just be frank about it. I've not liked it for a while. And yeah, I'm tired of complaining about it, so I did something about it. But I'm still gonna complain about Roll20 even though I'm not on it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So, in their escapades, as they were sort of investigating the sort of pit that had opened up below, giving out this very strange magic. I believe it was conjuration magic from divine senses. Someone died. We lost Kalis. He'll come back in a second. See, told you. He, the as they were investigating the strange sort of rippling energy that came from this.
Why is it a background now?
I just.
Oh my god.
You're phasing it out. We're losing you.
Two of the party members were sort of sucked into this void from below and just began falling.
Yeah.
And it's like falling with air quotes, as they thought they were going down, but it was more like they were just not going up. As they were sort of caught in this infinite blackness, and the party was like, "Hey, that's not good," and they went in after him, riding their griffin. Did you guys leave the griffin in the other room, or is he supposed to follow you out? Because Griffin is there.
We were pulled into another dimension by arms from the darkness, so you tell me?
I mean, the griffin. No, I'm saying, like, would the griffin have stayed in the room that you guys came in? Because the griffin came through with you.
Of course I'll steal first.
Okay, so
He
you guys have a
lasts
griffin
for
in this
like
room as well.
a like a couple of
Yeah.
hours, right?
I'm assuming the room changes size, right? Or is it really all fitting in a tiny ass room?
Not changing size.
Okay. So, very cozy room.
Hmm.
Like 7 people in a griffin.
7.
Just counting the not people.
5 people in a.
Skeletons.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
My was wrong. It's actually 9 people in a griffin.
I thought you shoved them into your bag of holding.
I'll read able to do that.
Yeah. Anyways, the party had found themselves sort of approached by this figure that pretty much walked towards them through the void, thanked them for waiting, and told them that they would soon be ready to be received. No one knew what the fuck that meant because it's a very strange thing to say to somebody who you don't know. But long story short, the party has found themselves in this area. I believed it was introduced as the library, which contained the Tales of Revedia. Haha.
It's a Library of Tales.
Library of Tales, yeah. And the tales were the tales of Revedia, yada yada yada. As they sort of explain this place to you, some of the many rules that you should do your best to abide by while here, and sort of left you to your own devices, as one of you had requested one thing, which was a place to rest, because you guys have had the shit kicked out of you, some of you. And the thing about having the shit kicked out of you is it hurts. There's nothing like special. Just it's not good. So you guys requested a tome, and one of the things that they was explained that could happen here is that these stories that had been amassed here could be experienced. And so you guys found them. Well, Jungum found one that wasn't. She found, as someone so eloquently put, the Donner D&D party. But I guess other people decided they would like a more pleasant place to rest, and you guys have found yourselves sort of shifted through time. So you placed the book upon this lectern, and suddenly you feel the sort of sudden warmth in the air around you. Alien. Oh, go ahead.
I asked this in the Discord, but Taryn would have asked before they went into the lectern, like when the attendant was still there, like if time passes the same, or if they would be when they leave the library, if they'd go back to the same moment as they left.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I did not say that.
That's fine.
So it would have been explained to you that time does pass in here, so you will age or anything like time will pass in this area. But from once you return from this area, you will basically words. Your tale will continue from where it left off.
Okay.
So
that's all I need to know.
Yeah, things can still happen here. It's like, say if like someone like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, if someone cast a spell that like, or like Sparks had like a wild magic surge and he aged like 5 years, when he came out, he'd be 5 years older.
Okay, so it's not like a Narnia situation where like time passes while you're in this special place, but you go back to the age that you were. You just go out the time that you've aged in the place.
Correct.
But okay.
And Kalis would have asked Taryn to explain to him, like, so if we read a book about the end of someone who had a heroic death in a battle or something, do we just die in real life? If we die in the book, do we die in real life?
I don't know. I think if you just read the book, it's okay, but if you put it on one of the lecterns, that's maybe a bit more fuzzy. I wouldn't recommend it. I'd maybe avoid that just in general, just in case. I mean, we could ask the attendant. You can ask the attendant if you want. They seem to be able to answer those kinds of questions, but
let's just go. Maybe we can do this another day.
Yep. And with that, with the book on the lectern, and you all gather around it, and you find yourselves in this unfamiliar space. As soon as you sort of enter, you get this sort of feeling, like this sort of alien feeling, that this is like you've experienced various sorts of teleportation magic, and it doesn't exactly feel like that. Whether it be through the teleport spells, which even the ones that have gone negative it felt like, or teleportation circles, or the times you've accidentally slipped into, places you really shouldn't have been, or things like that. There's almost this like strange, like fuzzy feeling that fills you, like when you hit your funny bone, or something like that. Basically, your body feels like TV static. And it's not enough to be like painful, just enough to be really uncomfortable for a brief period. But with that, you guys find yourselves, I believe I said it in the last session, you guys find yourselves in this small area. It seems to be like almost like the size of, no, it's not a small area. It's the size of like maybe like a regularish like entry room to like an inn. There's maybe about 5 or 6 tables with chairs around. On the far side of the room is a hearth. And closer to where you guys are in, you see what's it called? I believe it's a halfling couple. And they just look over to you. Hey there, how can we help you?
We're looking for restful lodging for the night.
Okay. You need a place to stay. You just want the full package, or you just need somewhere to sleep for tonight?
What's the full
Probably
package?
the full package.
What is the full package? Before we agree to it, what is the full package?
Well, the full package is you get the master suites. It's big bedrooms up top. Depending on how long you want, you get exclusivity to a section of the sprigs, for either yourselves or your groups. Yada yada yada. However you want to do things, really.
Springs?
Yeah, and he sort of points through the door. It's not really a door. It's more like this, like large, like sliding, like shutters. And he sort of points to it, like the side of it opens up, and it's just this area of like these like cascading pools going back maybe about 100 feet or so. And at the very top, you see the water sort of bubbling from this central area at the top of this. What's the word? I'm trying to remember what the word for geography things. It's whatever it is.
A pool?
The topmost area. Yeah.
Oh.
It's sort of coming down. More or less.
Plateau? Ledge?
Plateau. Ledge. There's a pool in the far back where the water's coming from. That's where the heated water's coming from. And it's sort of draining down to the various pools for maybe about 100 feet or so. These whole bunch of different tiered sections going up and up. Oh, sorry. How do I escape? Escape?
You tried escaping.
Okay, never mind. All right, we're good. As well as full course meals, wherever dietary restrictions. However, we can't serve people. We've had that request in the past. For simply ethical reasons, we can't endorse cannibalism, even if it's not technically your own race, but sentient races in general cannot be served.
You guys have goats?
Yes, we do have goat.
Fantastic.
Sorry, forgive me. I'm still stuck on that last thing. So you can't serve people, but you can serve people who eat people.
No, yes. No. As in, sentient races cannot be served as dishes.
But you will serve cannibals food.
Yes.
Right.
Whether they be vampiric or maybe other things, like we can't exactly let dragons come in here and eat people. It's not good for business. It just, logistically, it comes with a lot of troubles, as well as getting a license for that kind of thing. There's a whole lot of bureaucratic tape around that. It's just not.
There's a license for that?
It's a whole thing. It's nothing you have to worry about, I promise you. No, don't. But if that's what you want, we can get you set up with that.
I think we're...
Where and when are we?
1 second. I have to. Bum, bum, bum. You asked where and when. Is that what you said? You see, looks at you. This is Sally Springs. You know, we've been here, this location, maybe about 15 years or so. Pretty, been doing what we can. Hold on, you know. The area's changed a little bit, and it's. Looks at his wife. Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Is there normal days like that in Revedia, or do they have different weekday names?
I use the same. I've always used the same ones.
Okay.
We just never
So
asked what day of the week it was.
It's like
I'm
a
lazy.
Tolkien thing where it's like the 21st of October on a Monday or whatever it was.
Yeah, fuck all. I'm not making the whole day of the fucking. Nah, fuck that. It's too much.
That's fine. So I think we're gonna want the deluxe package.
Okay. And how many nights will it be for?
How many nights do we want to be here, guys? 2, 3, 2.
2.
I like a 2 or 3 situation. Also, I agree, Southside.
2 or 3 nights. And there is. So it counts. Let me. That'll be about. Let's see. Yeah, I could do a group deal. There's a lot of you. Actually, I have to count. How many of you are there? 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
Like, okay.
I'm in a Griffin.
Is the Griffins there too?
The Griffin is in here. No one left them. Or did you guys leave the Griffin in the other room?
No, he's here.
Okay.
The Griffin can stay outside. Actually, it's going to disappear in like 20 minutes. So we need it.
I took the Griffin in, and I'm curious to see when or if he disappears, or if time's like halted for him.
Yeah, he will disappear in his normal timer. I just don't know how long he's supposed to last. Is it just 1 hour?
No. It is 5-6 hours.
Oh wow.
Okay. You got a Griffin for a while. Why the fuck? Oh, there we go.
I want to add a hippogriff. That was sick.
You had a hippogriff?
It was complicated.
Briefly.
Missed that.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
When you love something, let it go.
But oh, sorry. You're asking about a price. So it's 2 nights. Be about. You all seem like mostly reasonable folk. We'll say for 3 nights. Is that what you're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
About 1,800.
1,800?
Yeah.
Gold?
If that's what you use, sure.
What do you use?
Mostly gold. Some people come in here with weird stuff, though. You know.
Yeah, we can pay in gold. That's fine. I will cover this for the group.
Just one night, and we pay per
Sure.
night.
We have money too. We can split it.
But reasonably, I think we only be here for 1 day, and then maybe a little bit of time extra. We do have some business to take care of.
But the hot springs, guys, and we go back in the exact same time that we left in. Don't you want to just relax a little bit?
Yeah, good point.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna pay the 1,800 you said.
Yep.
All right.
Let me.
Does it automatically save it if I change it? Oh, it does. Nice.
Oh
nice.
yeah. Oh wait. Actually, I don't know how it. I don't know how to manage your money on Roll20. Actually, I gotta.
I changed it.
Yeah, it's on the bottom of the inventory.
Okay. Did it actually transfer your money over?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah, I already changed it. Yeah, I used manually change it. Like. Oh, music. Cool.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, on D&D Beyond, like you could put in, it would calculate it for you, but you do it manually here, but that's fine. It's not a big
Okay.
deal.
But as you do so, sort of collecting the coin, please have a seat. We'll start bringing your meals out, all that stuff. You know, just relax for a bit. All right? Sounds good. Sounds good, right? Right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
It's a little loud. Can we?
If
do we
anything, you should be able to
individually turn it down?
adjust it. You should be able to adjust it in volume mixer or in the top right area. I don't know if you guys can see the one that says audio playlists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there a volume control on there?
Yeah. I got it.
Okay.
I want to insight check the owner.
Okay, go ahead and make an insight check.
He didn't sound very trustworthy with that yeah part. 21.
21. So as you're sort of looking him up and down, as he's sort of giving you like that nod, he gives you this sort of like, it's not a feeling you've had a lot of like experience with, or like something you've been exposed to a lot of, but he seems to be in customer service mode. And while he's being nice to you, it's more like it's his job. Does that make sense?
Okay. So he really does not give a fuck. He doesn't want to be here right now. Got it.
I was wondering why they had a policy on cannibalism, but it makes sense now. This is an inn for the rich.
Taryn, I think you're muted, but...
Oh, no, I'm just not talking. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you know, but the hot springs look so nice. I don't remember the last time we actually got to rest and take a bath. I'd like to take a bath, I think.
It's okay.
No, I mean, if anything, it's a good sign that they don't allow cannibalism.
Yes,
Well,
They
yes.
draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Very strange things has to happen, especially with
Especially with what?
No. He's mentioned rich people and strange activities. That's all. It was stories. That's all. But as you guys sort of sitting around one of the tables in the room for a second, I actually found the map. Beautiful.
Oh, good.
It's just gonna take me a second because I had to fucking. But don't worry, it's taken care of. As you guys are sort of relaxing for a moment, eventually, as food is being brought out towards you, and it looks like, from what you've seen, normal food. Like, doesn't seem to be like no aliens. There's no hands in it, which is a plus for some. All right, this is actually loud as fuck. You need to chill out, bro.
Yeah, it
turned
went
down
back
myself.
up. It went back up with a new thing.
Yeah, a little OD. Oh, okay. I thought it was one song looping. It changed songs. That's my bad. I'll just put it to loop.
Motherfucker, I said go down.
Yeah. So just so you know,
like the global volume controls.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, ambient is that?
Ambient
No,
it's just playlist is all the music.
playlist.
Ambient is like you can add effects
Cool.
like campfire stuff, other things to the map that you can like hear as you're moving around, or like
Nice.
footsteps, yada yada yada.
Cool.
Yada yada yada.
Cool. I like that.
Yada
Forget-
yada yada indeed. But yeah. As you guys are sort of making your way out, there's a sort of large place. It seems to be this appetizer, and it's essentially like almost like one of those like cartoonishly like large like giant fucking pigs with like an apple in its mouth. And when I say like, I don't mean like giant pig is in a large pig. I mean like what a giant pig is. So it's maybe like 7 or 8 like feet long. And it's just this halfling man who has more doesn't look like he should be able to carry this. He's just sort of up over his head as he sort of ducked down below. He sort of it slides it on the table in front of you. All right, that will be your starter dish. If you need anything else, drinks. Can I get drinks for you guys? Anything like in particular?
Yes. whatever you recommend.
Oh. Okay, we can do that. We can get whatever you recommend.
If you bring up all this as whatever you recommend on it, I'm gonna lose my shit.
He's new to the service industry, Taryn.
He sort of steps away for a bit, and you see him come back maybe about 4 or 5 minutes later with with a whole bunch of glasses and what seems to be 2 or 3 large bottles, and he sets them on the table, and they just have question marks on them. He's like, "This is for people who can't decide." It's a rather common thing, takes the pressure off you guys, and you just get something,
Can you like peel back the sticker and it's like actually what it is, or is it just like literally like a question mark?
No, like the wrapper itself, like the label itself, is like just blank with a few question marks on it.
Oh, okay, great.
It seems to be some sort of, at least in a wine bottle, or something similar to that.
This is actually really nice. Like, we've been making a lot of really tough decisions lately, I feel like, for a long time. It's nice to just have some stuff.
I do agree.
Like roll the roast apple across the table for Brynhild to go after.
Like a little...
Just savagely attacks it. Just fucking...
Yeah, I don't think that apple's long for this world.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna pour myself a glass of this, of the nearest question mark bottle that I can find.
I'll also take part of the nearest question mark bottle that she could find.
Mm-hmm.
For this one.
Oh, you're gonna have a different one. Well, I'm gonna pour a glass for Juggin and me and look at Kalis and be like,
That smells awful.
You don't have to. I'll drink it. Dazan?
It actually sounds nice right now. Yeah, sure.
I pour all 3 of us healthy glasses.
Okay. Alright, so... This is another experimental thing. I don't know how to change maps yet.
Really?
So I'm gonna click this button, and I think I clicked activate, which I don't know why it says activate, because that makes it sound like it's a fucking bomb.
Oh, we
We
have
definitely changed areas.
yeah, we have to
Okay.
have our tokens come over.
Yeah, okay. Do I just have to redo that part every time? Okay, whatever. I'll just drag him
You
towards
can't
the
drag.
block. Yeah. Whatever. This is just for... It's not actual... It's just... It should be about... Because the grid should be twice the size of what it is. I'll fix it later.
Also can't see anything.
Oh my...
stuff now.
Fucking... Oh, wait, no. Watch this. I'm a genius. Fog of War. Fog Explosion. Disabled. Unrestricted vision. Fuck it. Because it doesn't matter. Hey, I can't click... There you go. Can you see now?
This is
Ooh.
amazing.
It's fantastic.
This is everything I could have hoped for.
Who's missing? It's Zelthar.
Salthai. And
Alrighty.
Dazan.
Yeah, where's the circle? I'm gonna be honest, it just went over my head that I needed to make a token for him. And I just didn't. I need to have like a floor, I just didn't.
Did you do the same thing for my skeletons?
Yeah, they don't, oh, yeah, no. Actually, no. Wait. He didn't count your skeletons when they were paying, so it's gonna be more.
Oh, no, if they were in a
Were
bag.
they out? Oh, they were in the
No.
bag? Okay.
Yeah, you had them in the bag from when you went into the void thing.
Yeah, they're in a bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just making fun of you for not taking that time to care about the most important character attribute of my character.
But did you die? Alright. Why are you guys actually... You're way bigger than the grid, too. Aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's 2 grid. Okay. That's fine. But as you guys are sort of gathered around the area, I assuming whoever's carving said pig, or if not, he'd be sort of just coming up and doing it himself. Because it's like, I don't know if you've ever been like one of those Suburban barbecue places where you like fuck it up. They just like come and do it for you.
Who wants to carve the pig?
We all do it.
Cool.
Did the roller carve?
You can if you want to.
You would be the best. You have the most experience with carcasses.
I was really hoping this was mint leaf water.
There was what?
Mint leaf water. It's
Oh, mint leaf water.
mint leaf water.
Oh, I think it's alcoholic. It might be mentally alcoholic.
Oh no, it's definitely alcoholic. Unless you requested something else.
I didn't.
I'll
There
get
you
like
go.
a blackcurrant juice or something. You know, the sort of I'll get the meal that they all describe in like fantasy novels, just to make you hungry while you're reading this book and not eating because they hate you.
Thanks, George R. R. Martin.
It's
Truly
everyone though. It's
True.
it's like
It's true.
Tolkien, Rowling, even freaking Brian Jacques did it in Redwood.
It's true. Though Martin spends a lot of time on food. We're like, please just finish the series. We don't need to know what they ate. Little did he know we'd be dragged on our D&D stream.
Alrighty.
No, Elden Ring's gonna come out and he's just gonna drop dead. That's what's gonna happen.
Jeez.
Oh, did the music stop?
Oh, what is it? Is it not loop? Oh, I have to restart it. So apparently the music was playing just in the other room. All right.
Ooh, we're huge.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting the. Don't worry about it. I'm
Okay.
fixing it all right now.
Okay.
But as he sort of makes his way over, so what you guys doing out here? In for some celebratory, you know, having a grand old time?
A much needed rest.
Yeah, that's always a good reason. It's always a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
I asked last time, but I didn't really get much of an answer. Where are we?
This is Sally Springs. He sort of looks at you.
Where
confused.
is that?
He sort of looks around. Huh? What do you mean?
Crap fell off a ship and fell into the ocean, washed ashore, and walked for 7 days straight. I don't know where we are.
He sort of looks more towards everyone else. Is he normally like? Is he okay?
Yeah, no, I just nodded. Just had like, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's best just to play along.
Last time we were somewhere. It was in Revedia.
It's okay. Cool. Revedia, yeah. What? This is Rysan, you know?
How do you spell that?
Risan.
Ooh.
I don't know what else to tell. Yeah, you're here.
Does this guy recognize it when we say Revedia?
No, he seems mostly confused.
Oh.
Well, we appreciate your hospitality.
Yep. That's how we do it around here.
Thank you.
Super hospitable.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. If need anything else, feel free to just let us know. You know, we'll be here the entire time.
And what are your names?
Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. I have to fucking tab out. Did that change anything? Okay, you're smaller now.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda. All right. I'm gonna add it. I'm just gonna say it's good enough. Well, why is? Oh my god, this thing is so fucking bugged out. I stopped the music and it started playing the music. There we
How
go.
come
Sorry.
Your guys' health bars are showing.
I'll add it to the list of things. I don't know why it's doing that.
I can see Kayla's and Zelthar's, but not Jugga and mine.
It's probably just in a setting somewhere where I just
Yeah.
don't. Maybe Maybe it's because you. No, Junket. Maybe it's because you guys were came. I transferred your sheets from Roll20 or from D&D Beyond. That
Oh,
might be acting weird.
maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
That makes sense because I see it on my sheet. It's not a huge deal. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
And he sort of looks at you. Freyak, at your service.
Fryak?
Freyak. Frick. There we go.
Frick.
Is it Frick? What?
I put it in chat. Oh, why does it say Terran's talking? Oh god, no, that's not what I'm...
Don't talk as me. Don't put words in my mouth.
What about now? Is it... Okay, that's SGM. I'm Freyak Poe, at your service. If you need anything while you're here, just say the name and we'll hear it.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, and with that he sort of like bows out, ducks a little bit, and he heads off to what's it called? Back towards the area, sort of giving you guys some space. And the same just set up in this like more like private room outside of the main area. You guys sort of have the area, you have this to yourself at least.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. This is...
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, this is very quite nice.
Yes.
Yes, very different from everything. Really.
You don't know of... Have you ever heard of Raisan before?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't know because the book is in the library, so one would think that it would be on the same plane world as us.
Oh, this,
Yep.
this was Revedia before it became Revedia.
That's what I was wondering, which is why I was wondering if Tazan had heard of it, but...
No, Zon's not from Revedia.
No. Tazan is from Revedia?
No.
No?
I know of what is now Revedia, but this was very different. This has been many places, you know, because there used to be a whole thing, you know. I was on
Right.
the thing from the Flying City, and I also wasn't really there.
Right.
It's me like complicated by another. It's
Yeah.
this whole thing. But maybe I don't think, at least at the time I was created. Oh, I was terrible at geography. Trace on. No, but it would make sense. However, when or how far back, it's rolling dice.
Well, that doesn't really matter so much. We're not really here for intel or information or anything like that. We're here to have a rest.
Yes. This is very nice. It's the first time I've been warm in a
Ever?
long time. No, they would. At one point, I was warm-ish. It's
How
just
do you
me.
like the wine, by the way?
Um,
I think it's wine. It could be like some sort of
Is it-
alcohol.
Is it
it
wine?
is. It is alcohol. It
Mhm.
tastes a little fruity. I'm guessing it's wine. I don't know what this fruit is though. It's not a grape. Not a.
Hey.
We
It's
should
like it
ask
tastes
for
like
that.
it tastes like flavor. It's like it tastes like flavor with alcohol. It's like one of those really weird like you take a sip of it and like it's one of the, like you feel like, have I had this before? Because it's got this little like sweet to it, with just a little bit of like tang that sort of makes your nose, you just squint up
It's
a little bit.
sangria. That's what you're saying. We're drinking sangria.
Sangria, nice.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I like grab like a mint leaf from my pouch and I'm like, try it with this.
You
And
grab a
give it
what?
to- it's not-
Mint
a
leaf.
It has more flavor to it, you know.
Does it make it taste
Little bit.
better?
Just different.
It's my favorite thing to add to food. So
Oh yeah?
I thought yeah.
Is it like a,
Sit down.
What,
Mint,
do you
let's
like to
say.
try?
it's a good one. Mints are good, you know. They're very minty.
Might I have some sulfur?
Oh, of course. And I grab like another from my stash. Here you go.
Yeah.
I'll just sort of eat it out of your hand, like a deer just sort of scarfing down a tuft of grass.
Like the
That
little
same energy.
like when a horse like gets an apple from you or like oats from you and it has like the little like lips.
Oh God, that's fucking.
I'm not doing that to your hand, but
Not how I would have done it, but
You can chew on it.
on it.
Well, I mean, you can chew on mint to, you know, freshen your breath and everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's. But I hear there's a really good drink made with lots of mint in it.
Do you mean tea?
Mojitos.
Yeah, that's what it say.
Although mint tea is good too. Do you
you think
make
they
tea
would
with
know
it?
what that is?
I don't think that we would know what it is.
A mojito? If you can think of a cool fantasy name for it, you know what a mojito is.
I'll get back to you on that.
Alrighty, there you go.
Have you ever made tea with it, Zalthar?
I've attempted.
Attempted.
Yeah.
Don't you just put it in hot water?
I couldn't get it quite right. It's I don't know.
So, the sick burns.
You just boil it and you put the water.
Well, whenever I eat mint leaf, it reminds me of home. And the cold feeling of after eating it, of the snow entering your mouth, that subtle sting.
I don't.
And when I kind of put it with tea, it gets rid of that a little bit, because tea's hot.
That makes sense. What about cold tea?
I never thought of that.
So you've eaten snow?
As a guilty pleasure sometimes, but not all the time.
I want to say that going up to where you're from is the first time I might have seen snow. Did we go to a snowy place before?
Most definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
There
Do
wasn't
they
really
have seasons though?
There are
Hmm?
seasons, yeah, in Revedia. Once, like, like, at least in south of, like, I'm sorry, not south of, north of, like, where would it be? North of the Emerald Lane, what that kind of, you pretty much get, like, most of the 4 seasons.
Okay.
Like, so you, depending on the year, you might get harsher snows, less, especially if you're closer, to the, sort of, like, barren lands before, Hearth's Edge. That area
Okay.
has a little bit rougher winters.
Never seen so much snow before.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
I don't know why, of all places, you know, snow is nice and all, but I don't know why you chose a home in the snow. You know, summer home or something like that could be nice, or like where there's multiple seasons. I don't know how close you live to where I was, but it was just snow. Only snow. For I don't know how many years. Just, you know, do you ever like warm up? Like you have like you play, say, someone else in the other seasons, or like just cold?
Of course I warm up. If I were just cold at the time, I'd probably be dead. But
Very good point.
I think I like it because it's a constant challenge. And I kind of prove myself more and more every day. Or the harsher climate I survive.
Oh wow, that could sound way cooler, I guess. Okay, Never mind.
Selthar's a maso chits. Let's go. Yeah.
I mean, out here, present company excluded, the Hearth's Edge is real. You strip away the artifice of society and you don't have anyone coddling you. There's just the world and you. So I think I kind of understand what you mean.
Do you think that society coddles everybody who's in it?
Pillows.
If you're lucky. I've seen some poor people who've never had a pillow. It's not all sunshine and roses in the city.
I understand what you mean, Taryn, but poverty is just an illusion placed upon people who've grown dependent on society. These are Kalis' views, and they do not represent any persons or people resembled in real life. No one's born poor, they're born into the world, and what they do with that's their choice. I think I've seen a lot of people in Revedia, and they're just not very familiar with the world. They see it all as alien outside, and as such, they aren't very proficient in it.
It's a different kind of world, and I'd love to see you walk into one of the slums of Revedia and the city and say that and see what they react.
Mm.
Because
Well, I
people
mean,
are
even
definitely born poor. Even if it is a social construct and control, people are still born into it. They still can't do jack shit about it a lot of times because they don't have anything.
well, I mean,
Go ahead.
no one really has anything, Taryn. Ownership is an illusion that is again created by society. Those mansions and towers that people build, they're not theirs any more than they are the Earth's.
No, but they get to
They're
use them.
long gone.
They still get to enjoy the luxury of them.
Right.
I don't disagree with you, Kalis, on a definition level, but on a lived experience level, you've got a lot to learn about cities.
I doubt that I'll ever become all that proficient in the realm of man.
Weren't you born human?
When I was very young, yes. I all but forgot those times.
How's that pig coming along?
Jigman, do you want to just have carved the pig, or would you like to make a check? I'll leave you with the choice.
Yeah, do you want modifier to add to it?
I'd say it's this carving animal. Let's say like survival or something. Sure.
Survival. Alright. Roll bad.
No.
19.
It's nice. You know, you got the whole like setup. The carcass. It's not fully clean because there's a lot of fucking pig, bro. There's a lot of it for everyone.
I'll cut half of it. I don't want to cut the whole thing.
No. I'm just saying. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's rather cleanly cut. It's everyone's. Some, maybe you're concerned at how she did so well. Maybe you're just grateful. But however you take it, it's a damn good job.
I don't think anyone's questioning how I got this as well.
No, I think we know.
We know.
They've watched. They've watched.
Unfortunately.
I would have done a better job if I used my phlegm.
You what?
He
My
has
phlegm.
specifically for flying people.
Gotcha.
Fuck. All right. Brought me out the zone.
Why would you call it something hard to pronounce like a flame? Why not call it a people peeler?
People be Oh my god, I love it.
But as you're sort of going back and forth, Dazan would just sort of. It's very interesting to hear how, despite how long it's been, you all still haven't exactly figured out that whole thing. Thought you would know.
What whole thing?
The whole, terrible things, the whole people still in slums, because even in our times are being,
Yours.
it was grotesque at points, to say the least. It was not uncommon for those to submit themselves as basically test subjects for arcane experiments for either maybe shelter, if it was something where they could survive, or to feed relatives or anyone else, or even selling their own children, that sort of thing. It seems maybe not as... It doesn't sound like there's people selling their children, at least you haven't said that part yet.
Well, there's a lot that we don't say.
Yeah, I made sure to avoid those areas. Very scrawny.
It's been my experience that humans, people, all races, are full of all kinds, and that ranges from the most altruistic to the most selfish and sadistic.
He sort of puts up his glass. I'll drink to that. You'd think when you give someone everything, they'd be satisfied. But it turns out, no, not at all. It's
Nope.
actually quite the opposite. Because then once
Yeah.
you have everything, you want to make sure. There are very few people who were interested in making sure others had someone they had at all. If anything, it was more making sure that no one could get what they had.
It's kind of funny. Not much has changed in that regard. From what you say.
Sounds like it. Hopefully it's different at least, but there was a time when it wasn't that way, you know? When I... God, it's weird. I guess I am him now. When I was a child, a kid way back when, we would hear stories of when the sort of golden ages were, when the arcane first truly became to be mastered, and there was this period where everyone, regardless of who they were, anyone who could cast a spell, which at the time was damn near anyone, was sort of worked together to unlock the secrets and solving things like lack of food when you could just magically create food. It was really incredible. Dude, all kinds of what I guess now seem like miracles.
So you were
And they were
born before there was arcane magic?
No. When I was a child, I would hear stories of all this.
Oh, okay.
It was the area that arcane magic existed, but it was a different time before it had been, I guess, mastered or really studied. It was more just a thing that happened, couldn't really be explained. There were still people like, I guess, sorcerers who would naturally conduit this energy, but wizards were much more rare, because they didn't know how it worked. Because, I don't know if you're familiar with wizardry, you can't really... The magic doesn't flow through you, it's more like redirecting it, moving it around to do what you want. And when people started to learn how to do that, everyone got really excited. Everyone wanted to be one of these people who could do these things, and people worked together for a long time. It was supposed to be, they said there was a period of thousands of years where great schools opened and mighty objects were created simply for the sake of making them. Just because they could, just because they could either help people or themselves, or because no one had done it before. But
Sad that such a time when anyone could create food or whatever they wanted is past.
Apparently. But as with all things, people managed to ruin them. And as they ran out of new things, it became more of a case of improving what we had. And jealousy arose when people became better than others. And some people envied those, and some people despised those below them. And then, once the Yelmathalars were created, and these giant cities were able to sort of leave, many of those who were still left behind, I guess, in the magical sense, were then left behind in a physical sense, down below. And then the rest is history. Right.
I wouldn't be too eager to envy the past, Terran, because while using magic to make up the rules as you go might have helped some people, it's just not a sustainable idea to have everyone able to just subvert nature at every turn. It's history is filled with a myriad, just a litany of times that's gone wrong.
Well, it didn't last anyways. I wasn't envying the past. I was envying that people weren't wanting for anything.
Maybe one day again, you know? They say every era has its time. Maybe this one's is eventually.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
I can't hold it long anyway.
Well, so much somber talk for such a lovely place.
Yeah, that got dark really fast, huh?
Yeah. About these hot springs.
Yes! I was not expecting that when I made my request. That is a very happy accident, I would say. As is this bottle. And she pours more.
Ooh. Yeah. Seems to get a glass.
Here you go.
Yes, it's very strange. You, miss, again, you are very, I don't know how to politely ask this, you're peculiar among a peculiar group of people. What is your whole, you have a halo, are you an angel?
I was told that my was called Azamar. Apparently, Fire brought me back to life in order to help him. And that's what I've been doing.
Oh.
And now, wonderful time.
How'd you die?
I don't know. That's. Yeah. I just woke up in the Shadowfeld as about a 4-year-old girl.
No, it's a terrible place to be awake, much less a 40-year-old.
You know, so I thought it was pretty nice.
To each his own. And what you...
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
Fire is a very kind deity.
Yes, I've had mixed experience with deities over the years, but considering you're not dead, sounds like a nice man.
So were you on your own when you were younger? Or did you have people to care for you?
Well, it's not like I was being attacked or anything. Well, it was far. Well, my brothers were there. So we didn't really talk much. Or see each other much. Honestly, I only met them like once. Maybe
How did you
twice.
get your meals? Did you hunt for them, or did you dine?
Can you imagine hunting anything in the Shadowfell?
Wait, so you were just a child and you just survived?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Bar provided me everything I needed.
I mean, in a sense, Far was acting as your world. It's not too different from my own experience. At least if I'm understanding you correctly.
It seems very involved for a divine.
I was like that with all my siblings.
Huh. Very curious.
I think you probably turned out the best of your siblings from what we saw of them.
Oh, thank you, Taryn. That's very nice of you to say.
Big family? You make it sound that bad? Or, I mean, no, not less in Miss. No, because you're a wonderful Miss. But the way she said that, it made it sound like they were bad. Not that you were bad, but better. You see, you're wonderful.
Look at Tassan. Well, you're very nice. Oh, how about you, Zelthar?
Didn't answer his question at all.
Ah, okay. I see. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I dropped a mint leaf on the floor.
Oh, I'll get that.
Oh,
Oh god.
And I just like hoover it up.
Hoover.
The best verb ever.
Hoover.
Oh no.
By hoover up, I mean cause a crash in the economy, of course. Naturally.
What?
Do you guys not know history?
I just wasn't expecting a reference to a fucking old president. Motherfuckers.
Well, this is the Kayla's we're talking about here. Always be prepared.
You're right.
No, that was just me. That was just me very prepared.
It's true.
A little bit of the headband always stayed with him.
Oh my.
That was a satisfying pop.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, you're right.
That's like a Foley you see in a movie pop.
It is.
Too perfect.
I love bottles with corks.
Mm.
I'm a simple man. It's one of the few pleasures I get in life, just uncorking a bottle. Not even drinking it.
You psychopath.
But
Monster.
Zelthar, I think she was asking you a question, but you dodged it. You said the mint leaf, but he got it.
I kind of zoned out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. What was the question?
Oh, I was wondering about your upbringing.
Oh,
Would you,
Your siblings at least seem like they're better people.
hey,
Not, trying to invade the mortal plane or anything.
that's a relief always. It's nice to have siblings that don't want to take over the world, that's for sure. Yeah, I kind of grew up in a very nice home, and a lot of things were given to me in terms of life. I was able to have opportunities in order to succeed and do well into providing for my land and being a figure role model for my people, if that makes sense.
makes perfect sense. But it seems like your family wants you to stay with them. Are you going to stay with your family when we finish saving your father?
Throughout my entire life, I have always tried to please other people and do what I can to make others around me as happy as possible, but there's just this feeling in my heart that I need to go out in the world and explore and see new things.
Well, certainly covered that.
Yeah. And it was fucking amazing, let me tell you.
Was? Does it mean you're going to stay with your family? You don't have to answer that. We're not there yet.
Yeah, like you still have plenty of time. I was trying to get like a gauge of your emotions. So I believe that what you were telling us before. Regardless, we're going to help you if you want to stay here or whatever. You're our friend Zelthar, and I like put my hand in his hands very nicely.
I
And
really...
then
Go ahead.
nothing. Yeah.
I really appreciate it, Chugo. That means a lot to me.
I think as long as we're a group, you'll always have a place with us.
To the elf with wanderlust. That one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting drunk. It sounds like Sazan's getting drunk. How many bottles have you drinking so far?
We only had 3.
Based on the tendencies of some people, I would assume there's a bottle left, if that. I don't know if everyone is drinking. Assuming Jungan was. Taryn definitely was.
Yeah. It still
Dazan
is.
definitely was and is. Zothar, were you drinking this?
No, he had a second bottle.
Okay.
Because he grabbed the one that was closest to
I
him.
grabbed the furthest one and modified it.
I think Kalis was the only one that abstained.
I was drinking everything but alcohol.
Yes.
Hooving it down.
Tea, water, juice, spring water.
And he's just sort of
Hot
looks at
spring
you.
water.
And you can see, despite the complaint, he's got like his cheeks has a slight rose tint to him. So, are there a lot of elves where you're from? Zelthar? You, I just haven't seen many, I was just asking. Like, it was like all elves, or, like, were you, like, just the elf family?
It's pretty much a lot of elves in the area. We're kind of not the most accepting of other races in our enclave.
Nothing ever changes, huh? He's so giggles himself.
We're a little bit old-fashioned.
It's okay.
It's not something I'm proud of for our heritage. But
at least we're out here now. That's good.
I don't think that you're like that either, Zelthar. I mean, look at us.
All right. Who would have known?
How would House Rohorn have grown to be that way? After all, they come ultimately from the Feywild, where there's a racial identity of Fey who are only comprised of different races.
I have no idea. I think since our date goes so far back, it's kind of tradition that's been ingrained without even knowing where the source came from.
Do you really not know anymore?
No clue. I never tried asking or wondering. I just knew to get out.
I don't know about now, but I remember back in the day, elves were very reclusive. You know, it was very rare to see one not in the Feywild in general. I don't know why they. It sounds like It sounds like you all left. I don't even know why that happened. You seem to enjoy the place, but I guess whatever happened. But even then, I remember the very few encounters that I did have it was very rare to see elves in central locations or outside of the Feywild or in cities or interacting with other people, you know? So maybe that's just something that's been, and many of the Fey in general, you know, they tend to stick to themselves, at least in their realm, and same with every other realm, you know, not everyone, it's like, kind of going into other people's spaces, it's like, they like to be all home and stuff. But I don't blame them.
Yes, well, humans seem to have trouble deciding what exactly is their realm.
I think it's because it's everywhere.
I will kill you.
I'd like to see you try.
I don't mean it. I'm just.
Should I make a barrel?
A barrel?
Yes. Oh, I thought people were fighting. Sorry.
What does a barrel have to do with fighting?
We can fight with barrels, so we can make the barrels fight.
Oh.
Right. I think
My barrel will destroy your barrel.
like dog fighting, but with barrels.
Yes, we used to
My
do that
barrel's
back in
gonna
school.
fuck your barrel up.
we would make toys or objects, and then we would animate them and make them fight each other.
That
And we'd, like,
sounds
put money on
hilarious. I would like to see that.
It was great. There was this one. It was a bust of the principal, and it was undefeated for 15 fights. Then it broke.
So,
then 30 students
remember when we were talking about the exploitation of people by other people? Do you all not see what's happening here?
No?
Barrels?
Well, I mean, for you it's barrows, for others it's poor people.
No,
For others
no.
it's animals, for others it's fae or different creatures or different races, what have you.
But barrels are inanimate objects.
Yes, it's not like that. It's complicated. I don't want to explain that. They're not sentient creatures. It's more like you can give things life. It's not actually making them alive. It's more just like throwing like a stamp on it and be like, "Hey, you're alive now." Then it's alive for a little bit.
I don't see the difference. That doesn't seem.
Yeah, my friend,
Okay.
it's very so. Man, this is a tough one, huh? I guess I remember back to ethics class. This magical ethics was not a very well studied area at the time. When you put arcane energy into something, it doesn't necessarily make it alive. It's more like a puppet or a marionette, you know? Have you seen one of those? Like it's like a wooden person. You have strings and control the parts of it. It's like that.
So, an undead.
No, because there's no soul.
There's soul in undead?
Well, the soul has left the undead, because, well, sometimes it has.
No,
Like a soulless undead, or something.
Well, I mean, the soul's the part that makes it undead, because they have to be living. It was never alive. It's a construct. It's created. It's given the breath of life temporarily. It just exists for a bit, and then it doesn't exist. Kind of like how people work, but without the whole conscious experience thing, and being a battle.
Okay, but you say that, that's not that simple though, because this is magic, and I'll pluck a whatchamacallit out of the bag of tricks.
Oh boy, are we going here again?
Roll a d8.
For
I don't remember what that is. I have to look that up. I'm sorry. I don't think
so I'll
that fucking...
pet the eagle or whatever it is, and say, because this fellow, he's alive.
If you pull it from
But
that
he was
bag,
also
it's a
animated
boar.
by magic.
It's a boar, just so you know. Terribly ironic
This
situation. but-
fellow, he's alive.
It's... He
I'll
exists.
shield his eyes from the dinner table.
He exists, but alive is a strong word for something of magic. He only exists because magic exists in the world. If you take an animal An animal does not need magic to exist. This is... I'm sorry, my friend, but your boar is not a real boar. It's just here for now. Then we'll be gone.
Well, what about the Fae, then? They're all magical. And magic creates the realm they live in.
Well, yes, well,
As does many others in Revedia.
I don't know much about your place. I'll say that much. I'm not exactly familiar with how the workings of Revedia magic works. Maybe it's changed. I've heard it's changed. But you could infuse something with permanent life, and I guess that'd be a little bit different, you know? But you have to find some way to give it a soul. Yeah. Because it's...
Wait, I just realized, why are you saying all these things?
Because...
Seems sort of...
Yes, because the device made me real. Before, I was simply an illusion of someone who existed before with the thoughts, memories, etc., etc. But through the device, it had the power to make illusions real, so I was technically the shell that I was a shell of. In order to be granted permanent life, I believe it had to be imbued with some sort of, essentially like an artificial soul, like fake magical soul. So I don't know what's going to happen when I die, but at least for now I know I'm alive. Because normally, you know, your soul goes to places when you die.
You were created by Dazan, by magic, and then brought to life through magic.
Yes, but I wasn't real. I wasn't a person.
No, I mean brought to life through magic through the altar, the augur of magic stuff that happened.
Yes, but even now I'm... Essentially, despite the flesh and bones, I'm essentially a construct. I was created. I didn't always exist. I was poofed and was told, hey, you're a thing now. And then I existed as a not thing, and then luckily you all came about and I became a real boy, or the fairy tale goes.
I think you have too an essentialist view of yourself.
Maybe. It's gotten me this far, given I haven't gone very yet.
You're just yourself, and you don't have to push yourself down or say you're not real or...
I want to wave down the pendant whenever he walks by.
What was that? Oh. I think you just say his name and he comes by. Freyak?
Yeah. And he sort of looks at you and is like, I would agree with you, but I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just how it is. You know? Some people exist for their whole life. Some people exist for some of them. Some people never exist at all. It's just... The arcane has many ways to work. This is just the one that is happening to choose me. You know?
That's... Huh.
And as you guys have this conversation, voice, can I get you, miss?
Can I have 2 more of those bottles? And can you direct me to where, we enter the hot springs?
Yes!
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Jigun.
Would you like me to leave the bottles out there?
Give me 1 now and 2 later.
Alright, I can do that for you. He sort of, it sort of shows you, just walks through the door. You just head on right through here, this little staging room where you can store all your things. And then you guys will have the sort of leftmost barrier all to yourselves, so you can do whatever you like.
Taryn kind of goes up and, like, awkwardly slings her arm, tries to sling her arm around Zirgun's shoulders, like, I like the way you think! This is great!
Anyone else gonna join us?
I'll join you. Ooh, well, and... Yes. Did we? No, there wasn't a hot spring. There wasn't even spring. It wasn't really seasons, huh? It was kind of just... Yeah, sure.
Well, it's not really a hot spring because it's a season. It's a hot spring because of the water coming up from the spring, from the water spring.
Water come from a spring? It's metal.
No, not that kind.
There's like water under...
You're a funny guy, Dazan. I like you.
I like me too, believe it or not.
Are you boys not going to join us?
Oh,
you should. It's good for your I don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
Everything. It's good for your everything. Come on, when's the last time we had time to relax? Kalis, you joining us?
I don't think I've ever been to a hot spring before.
Here's your chance.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So, as you guys sort of head to the threshold, you're presented the bottle that you're taking with you, Juggin. And you guys have this sort of whole open area to you. You can see the sort of the faint glow of the occasional sort of firefly just going through the air and the steam coming off the pools on this whole side. And you guys have about this whole space separated by this sort of barrier of trees going down the center to yourselves. There's these several sections of these smaller pools. Some of them maybe like 10 feet wide. And there's the largest one sort of at the top in its own little area. So I said earlier, you can see like the sort of like faint reddish glow emanating from the top of it. But yeah, you guys have this whole little area to yourselves. What is... Sure, we'll just throw... We'll pick one. Alright, there's stairs going into that one. Fuck it. Or it'll just go wherever you guys go. But, if you need anything, as I said, while you're out here, just call. And we'll be right over.
Can we get the biggest room? Like, so we can be up here with the waterfall.
There isn't a pathway up towards that one explicitly. You could climb up there, but there isn't like a direct pathway to it.
I think we know which one we're going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you make your way over, fuck it, just drag yourself over. You all sort of see the big one, and you're like, "No, we're going to this one." And as you guys sort of climb in, this may be like this. The ledge itself is a sort of slippery, maybe like 500 feet, but you're able to help each other up over time. Sort of all get up, and as you sort of make your way up, you look down in the pool, and as you this sort of commotion, you see this sort of pair of eyes peer up at you to the top of the water. You see, as I said, this
Please be a fish. Please be a fish. Please be.
Red, like salamander. Sort of like large, like eyes bulging out the top of his head. It's like, just sort of looks at you, and as you all seem to be just sort of relaxing in the pool, it gives you what seems to be like a smile or something, as it sort of just like sinks back below, and you can see like the heat emanating off of it as the water around it is sort of like bubbling and stuff.
Do you guys think that's what's making the springs hot?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Without a doubt.
That's really cool.
It's a magical being.
Ooh, it's gonna happen, isn't it?
Hmm?
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Must have some sort of like innate heat to him or something. He's like a coal or something.
It's cool looking. Are those
Or-
like a thing you can get?
Or hot looking.
That's funny because it started with
'Cause
cool, but you flipped the script on it.
I did.
And even though it's supposed to be cool, it's hot because it's literally.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
This guy understands.
That's a good one. Damn.
So I'll like go down to the water's edge and just sort of like crouch down over it real low and just like taste the water like a deer.
It's hot water. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'll taste it.
Oh my god, you had to do that while I was taking a drink.
I'm sorry, I spit
Oh.
took you.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Just have another drink, it'll be fine. And she takes a swig out of the bottle that Jugan brought along.
He holds out his hand for the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll sort of like walk forward, like on all fours just crawl forward off of the edge of the thing. And then I'll just sort of like slowly immerse myself in water, just sort of like doggy paddling to stay afloat. and like sort of with my head straightened, I just like the top half of me and like the sort of like threaded spines bit on my back. You kind of forget for a second and think I'm just like a deer with the bottom half like immersed below the water.
I think it's probably safe to say that you're enjoying the hot springs, huh?
What?
Yes. This is. I don't know the last time that something like this has happened, or that things haven't been happening.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy lately.
We've done a lot.
You don't ever just relax at all?
This is kind of the first time we've had a chance to. There's a lot of shit going on. We've got a clock ticking. Also.
Ah, yeah, we'll get you moving.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that clock's on pause right now.
Remember when Horuth proposed a shortcut?
Was that through the gnome village?
Yeah, under the mountain.
Yeah, I remember that. Why?
It wasn't a very shortcut.
Yeah, that turned into a big thing.
I don't regret going there, but
it was
it's
a
funny
lot
when you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's all relative. Who knows? The other way could have been longer.
So the other ways were Medusa?
Huh?
Or something like that?
Oh.
I think those were like two divergent paths that like reached the same.
I've heard they
sorry, not divergent.
Nice.
I thought they came back together. Yeah, like a diamond.
Yeah. But hey, I've heard they could be nice. You know, maybe go visit later. Sure, I don't know.
The gnomes were kind of fun.
Yeah, they give us those interesting muffins.
Yeah.
They were very free. They kind of reminded me of worse versions of the Fae.
Are gnomes Fae? What are they?
I don't think so.
They're gnomes.
They're gnomes, okay.
It's like one of those things that no one knows. Like why there's no goats, it's also why gnomes just exist.
Aren't gnomes descendant from
elementals and
primordials?
Are they?
Yeah, I asked you about that. That was like the first, like, are there goats here?
There are goats here, yes. Technically, you found a goat, not a giant goat.
So that means I could raise some goats, or raise some goats.
How long are you going to stay here to raise fucking goats, Ethan?
Raise them or raise them?
The word raise. I said the word raise.
Okay, yes. Okay, I understand. Well, I don't know how you're going to get them out of here, but duly noted. Yeah, it sounds like you guys have had some hell of very interesting travels. I say I envy you, but you don't sound very happy about them.
I thought they were fun.
Oh, okay.
The gnomes.
Myself.
The gnomes, right? Is that what we're talking about?
I mean
zoned
in
out.
general. You sound. There's been a lot of very unpleasant things and some pleasant things. I don't know.
Mostly unpleasant.
It's just we've been chasing one thing for so long, and we've thrown ourselves into dire circumstance after the next, and I'm not sure if we've done any good yet.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like we're making much ground. But maybe with this library we can get some knowledge on where to go. Everything is so disparate.
Stupid library. Yeah, maybe. Books.
Books are good.
Some books.
So in the sort of pool, as it's like, oh, sorry, were you saying something?
No, go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
Like as it's sort of fed by the waterfall and the current is started up, Kalis is just sort of still like sort of, I guess you'd call it like a chest down like float in the water. He's just sort of like hanging out in the water, and like his body is just sort of like spiraling around and just getting cast about as the currents just sort of drifting in, and he's just sort of floating around.
Just imagine like a deer version of Noah's Ark, like just like he's just like lying on his like stomach, like all the fucking animals just fucking lighting the
God.
person.
Yes.
Forgot that part. Yes, that's why.
They're probably like
that would
on his
explain why I'm-
antlers.
Yeah, because the antlers are like the sort of like handlebars or something.
The ocean handles.
The prow of the boat.
It's the most weirdest fucking episode of Ratatouille, I swear. But hopefully I'll make sure to do some little adventuring on my own once we ever part ways, I guess. I'm assuming you guys have your own things to be doing once you're done with here, and I have to figure something out.
What are you thinking about doing? Sorry.
What did you say, Ethan?
I was going to ask you if actually business purpose isn't for you, but I guess if you want to go adventuring, that'd be a little bit different.
I mean, I'm a businessman as well. What do you have?
Well, we have holdings in Revedia. Consistently managed because we're off adventuring so often. I was interested if you'd be interested in managing that for us.
But like a secretary or something like that?
Yeah.
Although, does it entail just... What, do you have like a chain of stores or restaurants or something?
A singular ship.
Just one boat? That's
a
easy.
warehouse.
A warehouse? That's easy. Get that to my sleep. Or I'd have to pay later, but sure, I'll at least do it for a little while. I think I can hire you that one.
Well, you don't have to. Like, it's fine. Right now, I have some guy I met off the street handling it.
Oh no, I'll get to explore this Revedia place, or this city, while I'm there anyway. Revid. Sounds interesting at least. I haven't been in a city since a long time. I want to see how they've changed. Even then, I was only in a city.
Keep your coin purse in a pocket dimension.
Naturally, yeah. Assuming they probably have at least something there. I'll have to find something to do. I'm sure there's plenty of things in Revedia, if it's as big of a city as you briefly mentioned. Are you all from there? You clearly not. A few of you clearly not. I guess it's only really asking Terran if she's from there, huh?
Well, I'm not from the city, but I spent a lot of time there.
I see.
I was there for 5 years prior to meeting these guys.
Oh, I just used the Shadowfell thing. I just assumed that you just, were there until.
No, essentially, I was on a mission that I decided not to do.
It sounds mysterious. You're like a spy? You're like a secret agent?
No, not really. I am an agent, not secret. I work for FAR.
Secret
Your request.
agent man. Sorry.
Sorry, you work for... Oh, you work for FAR. Yes. I forgot. Do all clerics call themselves agents? Is that a thing?
I don't really associate myself as an agent, but I guess that's what he needed me to do. But I haven't talked to him in a while, so I'm not sure anymore. I'm kind of lost.
You said far, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We.
Jurgen, where did you live before you were killed, cast into the Shadowfell, whatever you would call it?
I couldn't tell you. That's something. I mean, I really talked about before. It didn't really seem important to me.
But do you remember anything?
No.
Well, I guess I understand in some respects. It's in the past.
Yeah. I can't see why it would be important. I'm not like it mattered. To my understanding, I know it's over 100 years ago.
It does make it a bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit ago, huh?
If only we all could forget our pasts.
Well, don't do that. You saw what happened when other people did. Forgetting your past isn't gonna fuck your future, no matter how unpleasant it is.
Maybe.
But hey, who knows, Dragon? You know, maybe he's just on break. You know, gods work very strange ways. You might just maybe another person's taking over, or he's just you're just waiting. He's like a prior commitment, or I don't know how it actually works. I'm making it up to sound reassuring. I haven't met a god before, so
you don't have to reassure me. It's okay.
Just have faith. I think that's what. Yeah, have faith. That's what the important thing is. Yeah. I am curious.
This guy took Intro to Religion once in college, and that's his experience in that.
I have to say, one thing.
Pretty sure that was one of the chapters.
Yes. Never mind. Actually, I'll keep it to myself.
No. What were you saying?
No, it's fine. I'll keep it to myself.
Well...
He's getting sloshed. You want me to tell you? I'll tell you.
You all seem like a very nice group of people, that's all. Very sweet, all of you. Even the one who said they wanted to kill humans.
What's
a human? Was that again?
Huh? I'm made of snow, you can't do it to me. I'm good, man.
I'd appreciate not killing all humans.
At least not all of them. Like, maybe not 2.
Maybe more than 2.
Oh, sure.
Do you really think so poorly of humans, Kalis?
Wait, why are you asking me?
Wait, aren't you the one that... Wait, who are you talking about, Tazan?
Oh, I just assumed that Kalis didn't like people because something about he's very cynical about the human. Not unjustifiably so, but you know, I've sometimes, from what I've seen, Feywild resolutions get very drastic quickly. You know, when things happen.
I don't have any desire to kill any human who doesn't set foot in the moving wilds.
What if they're cool? Like, what if they're chill, though?
Or hot?
Get it because the salamander?
I just look at you like deadpan Terran and just like over this, and I'm like, it wouldn't work.
Oh.
Kalis, do you think Gumpy would enjoy this hot springs?
Gumpy.
Who was that again? I remember you named a character that at some point, but totally.
Who was it?
Who the fuck is Gumby?
The what bear? The polar bear.
You named someone that. It was you.
Who the fuck is Gumby? What the fuck was I on?
No, that was me.
Oh,
That was him.
That was
okay.
me.
Was
That's my doing.
Wait, what is happening?
the
Who are we
polar
talking
bear?
about?
There's a
Do you
polar
remember
bear?
the polar bear I summoned one of our
Oh.
pets earlier?
Oh, yes. Okay. So, yeah, you summon the summon your conjure animals. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember that.
I think that almost everybody would enjoy a hot springs. It's very relaxing.
A fire elemental.
I do not think a polar bear will like hot springs.
Probably would. It would melt. Some may snow.
Yeah, but it still has very heavy fur.
Well, so does he. And I like put my thumb over to Kalis. And he's just floating around.
I'm so confused. What is a bear?
What?
Oh, do you
What the
want
fuck
to
is a
see?
bear?
Can you summon him?
Of course. Alright. I'm gonna conjure
So we've got a bear.
Gumpy the polar bear.
And a griffin also. Is the griffin with us?
I guess the griffin is fucked.
Like as soon as, like the instant you say that, sploosh, Griffin, feathers in the water everywhere,
Oh boy.
I want to
Oh.
summon him.
getting crowded.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
can't
We can say
think.
for the sake of it. Oh yeah, I was like, oh, if you click on the
I
spell
bet-
in the chat, it'll show the.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
Just,
I
holy
bet all
shit!
people downstream are loving this display.
No, you guys have your own. This is like you guys. They gave you a private area.
Yeah.
But I guess on the
can
opposite
do it with
side,
what?
if there's people over there. But I don't think there should be other people here today.
I'll,
Are
Well,
there
the
other
downs-
people?
Stream from us, right? That's how this works.
I mean, on the other section, yes, but no one is here at the moment.
Oh, good.
I'll give the Griffin custody of the kids for a minute and just give it the command to have fun and keep them dry.
I don't know what that entails. I have to think about that one. Oh, God.
Well, it's like a command. It's like give some sort of leeway, but also like don't let them fall into the water.
Yeah. So yeah, no, the griffin's just sort of like sailing about, almost like a mother duck, with a myriad of animals.
Like the
on its
swan
back.
with its wings on the back.
Yeah. Does not look at all. It's a very strange. It's a sight. It's a sight indeed. You never see a
You
griffin
mean-
in this environment.
You mean dog, horse, eagles weren't meant to swim?
I don't know if the pool's that deep. Is it? Is it deep?
The pool actually, if you get closer like to the waterfall, then it is deep, and that's where like below, like you can see the salamander sort of resting at, like the bottom of the pool is maybe about 25 feet down. But as long as you're on the edges of it, you can stand. But as Gumby appears, and it being a polar bear-sized polar bear, he just goes, "That's a big fucking dog."
That's a bear. That's a
That's not a
polar
dog.
bear.
It looks like a dog. 4 legs, sharp teeth, snout.
Do you know what things are, Zon?
Cats also have those things too, and they're definitely not dogs.
Oh. Well, I've seen more dogs than these, and this looks kind of like a dog. But it's a big fucking dog, bro.
Bear.
Man,
Bear.
bear.
A
Call him
polar
bears now.
bear.
That's
to
so
be
stupid.
exact. And his name is Gumpy.
Gumby. Sorry, sir.
Does Gumpy hate this water?
He's not happy. He's
Oh,
here.
no.
He's existing in it. See, the thing about they're meant to like keep water, like they good at like keeping water out of getting inside and also keeping heat in. And now there's water, which is still on the outside, but the heat is being kept in his. He's very hot. He's clearly not comfortable. He's panting a little bit.
Oh no, buddy.
He's sort of giving you like that look where like he's like his eyes are sort of like you know, like almost like when your dog's like fucking tired or some shit, like exhausted, like you've been walking for too long. It's like, man, can we go home?
Here, have a mint.
I'm a mint leaf. Just one mint leaf.
It just you feel it lick your hand, and it's gone. Oh shit. Okay.
I'll cast Speak with Animals from my ring.
Ooh.
and say, hey, Gumby, two things. One, do you want to be called Gumby? Two, are you doing okay?
Gumby's fine. It's just a little warm right now. You know.
Hey, why don't you go over there under the waterfall? That should be crisp water.
Salt water. Just slowly, like, swimming actually rather adeptly. Makes his way towards the other side. It's like
those global warming reps.
Yeah. All those Coke bottles. You had to practice for the commercials.
Oh.
No.
Oh man.
You just hear like sort of garble, good enough. You see Gummy just sort of like floating in place. And
how long does that last for?
I mean, only Caleb's gonna understand him, I'm pretty sure.
I know, but how long is Gumby with us? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Gumby.
Okay. An hour, okay.
An hour.
It's not too bad. It's only an hour of uncomfortableness for him, buddy.
You casted it again.
And you can dismiss him at any time as well. It's not like it's just a thing. But yeah, he's chilling. And Zahn, well, I've run out of pleasantries to talk about. They're all very nice people. And sure, I'll work for you, Miss Jogan. Is An your last name? Is it Miss An, or is it just one name?
No, it's just one name.
Do you have a last name?
I was the original one. Just Jungum.
You ever wanted to make one up, just to have one?
Is it important, or thought it was really important, the last name? I've never ever met another person named Jungum before.
That's a good point. I haven't either. Well, don't get too famous though, because then you will.
Oh, man.
Then you have to worry about people stealing your identity and everything.
Oh, that went a different way than what I thought.
Oh, well, what other way could it go?
People name their kids after her.
Oh yeah, sure, that too, but that's still stealing. You know, kids are mean. Anyways, I'm gonna go ask for a place to lay down. I just wanted to say that. Have a wonderful night, you all. I forgot what I was going to say. Goodbye. And you see him, he just sort of like slides off of the rock and gives like a brief tumble before like you see him like in his stupor, he feather falls himself like the 3 feet he's about to fall.
Oh my god. Oh, he is drunk.
What goods. Shambles on over, sort of back towards the building itself. And you guys all have the rest of this time yourself if you'd like to say or do anything. Otherwise, for the sake of brevity, you sort of make your way back to whatever points you guys are. Decide to rest up for the night as you're sort of taken to your rooms, given whatever else you like, and you can get your long rest / level up officially.
Woohoo!
How do I do this?
Do what?
Good enough. Nothing. Many things.
After you had a long rest, I put your portrait in your character sheet. There's like a little bed thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right below your profile. Yeah, it's right below your profile picture or whatever.
What the fuck was that?
And we'll go on a quick 5 minutes real quick because I didn't realize it was 9:20. So yeah.
No.
Be right back, or we won't. Bye. There we go. Hello, fellow Pog gamers. We're here. We're back. And you know.
Okay, just to be specific, I'm not a fellow Pog gamer.
No.
I don't know what that means.
You're Poggy Woggies, bro.
It doesn't mean anything, Tara. That's the problem.
Pogs are like little things you collect. That's what I know what a pog is.
There's several definitions of a Pog. That's not the one we're using here, though.
Okay.
Why did I eat before I started talking? What the fuck is wrong with me?
We all make choices in life.
I don't know why I did that. Like, I was about to start talking, and I was like, I'll take a bite instead. Anyways, sorry about that. Or, I'm not.
It's like the DM struggle. Don't eat while you're... Someone's gonna ask you a question, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, fuck, gotta fucking hurriedly chew and get rid of this shit so I can answer the question. But, as you guys are sort of winding down, as I said, anything you'd like to do, before you guys sort of settle down into your respective rooms, feel free to say so. Otherwise, we'll sort of flash forward to the next morning. And
I'm gonna do long rest.
No, I'm cool.
Alright.
Thank you for asking.
Release Gumby.
Yes, Gumby,
Bye.
Gumby is released.
And the griffin.
And the griffin. It becomes a statue again. Sinks to the bottom. Just kidding. That'd be fucked up. Kind of funny though.
Ooh, someone grab it.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
you
it's
can
like
just go
the
grab it.
Goron in Zora's domain. Just stuck down there.
This is fucked
He's not
up.
like drowning, but he's just like stuck down there because he can't get out.
But you all rise in the morning as you hear, almost like it's strangely enough, like as you wake up, you hear sort of a knock on the door. Whenever you're ready to come down, breakfast is served. Or if you'd like us to bring it to your room, we can do that as well.
I'm gonna head down for breakfast.
Yeah, I'll also head down for breakfast.
So as you guys begin to head down, another sort of large table set out in front of you. This massive array of various baked goods, pancakes, waffles, omelets, but suspiciously large. Like the omelet itself was like the size of like the plate. It's just full of it doesn't come from a bird or something, a normal sized bird. Maybe a lot of chickens. Maybe it was like a mega chickens, like they like Voltron together. Voltron together.
Mega chicken? Was it Mega Ultra Chicken?
A
Yeah, we got
Voltron
those in the
chicken.
Feywild. Yeah, yeah. I'll get you some.
But as the table sort of laid out before you, sort of chairs are already everything's pretty much already set up. And what the fuck is this nigga's name? I already forgot. Is it...
Fig?
Yeah, Fred. Yeah, that sounds right.
Frig.
He sort of looks over to you guys. Did you sleep well? Did you have a good night's rest? Everything doing wonderful?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love to hear it. So yeah, if you need anything else, please. As he sort of gestures towards like, help yourselves. Have a seat, you know.
Thank you.
Nod. You guys sort of sit around the table and begin sort of partaking in the breakfast, and that is like the sort of warm morning out in front of you is what seems to be the sort of ambiance from the city becoming sort of active as you guys wake up, and it's very relaxing morning. No burst at the doors, no sudden explosions, just peace as you guys are sort of sitting amongst each other, enjoying a meal. Yeah,
It's kind of sad that we'll never be able to come back here. This is nice.
Weird assumption. We probably could. We should see if they have a portal, like one of those portals that sparks and just like teleports here too.
Yeah, but what if it's a completely different time? Does it work like that? Do portals work like that?
Not to this place, but back to the library.
Oh,
We just read the book again.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll have that, but it's worth a shot, I guess.
Eventually, as you guys are eating, probably about maybe like 45 minutes later, Zan will come down, join you. You see
How you
him.
feeling, buddy?
Very weird. For some reason, I have a large amount of pain in my head, and A sword.
Drink some of this. They're offering some more of the bottle.
Air the dog.
Yeah, I'll try some, sure. Sort of. You almost, as he takes a sip, he almost like gags. Oh no, I don't think we'll drink one of that.
I'm sure they'll probably have some sort of remedy for you here if you ask Freya.
I'll go through that. And he sort of makes his way over to the wherever the sort of reception. That's the area is. They talk for a minute. So what all would you like to do while you all enjoy? Are you going to be spending the entire day here, or what's your guys' plan?
That's a really good question.
I don't know.
Was that a no or an I don't know?
It was an I don't know.
Oh.
I had something I was curious about. Okay. So there's kind of a deep cut, but in my notes, I've got that mural in that friggin' room where the Lord of the Moving Wilds was flanked by a sorceress with a spired crown and a dwarven bear druid. I guess I'm wondering, do I know about these figures, and would this dwarf be who I recognize as the Bear King in the Moving Wilds?
I'd say you could easily make like a history check or something for that, but it wouldn't be a very high DC. I think that's something like I would say it's more roll for how much you know. Because he's many of the Fey Lords are figures that you would at least be aware of. You know.
Okay.
17? That's 8. That's pretty good. So, you're asking for information about the Bear King specifically, like who he is, what he does.
Yeah, and is he that dwarven? Like, is he a druid, or is he like actually just like a bearman, like a bear person?
So you would know that he, despite his how do you say, stout nature, he's not actually a dwarf. He just sort of resembles them in some ways, you know, because he's small on the big side, and you would know that he, being not just a Fey creature, but someone who embodies aspects of the Feywild itself as a Fey Lord. He is also very bear-like, and like he has like his legs like bear like paws, and his hands as well, except with a thumb, more like opposable bear hands, as well as like the sort of large coat that covers him, and his beard is he's very bear-like. He's not necessarily a druid though. It's more like similar to like fashion as Kalos has, where the innate magic of the Feywild has sort of become a part of him, and the more animalistic sides have manifested in him in that way.
Makes sense.
Other things you would know, that he's known as Bear King. Clearly, also, his actual name is, I'm going to type this out. I believe it's Messi Common. Like, that's the actual name of, like, the Bear King. And sometimes also refers to Old Honey Paws. And he resides over the northern parts of the Feywild of his kingdom. Not north, like, Unseelie Court north, where it's just, like, all, like, ice and winter itself. But of the northern of, like, his domain, because the Feywild has interesting geography, to put it simply. But he's basically like, to describe like how he is or the tales you would have heard of him, he's very much like him and his court of Jarls, which are bears. Like
Jarls?
Jarls, yeah. I said, oh, did I say Jarls? What the fuck?
You
Jarls.
did.
I think it's
You
pronounced
didn't touch the
barrels,
Charles.
Barrels.
Barrel.
Barrels,
His court
yeah.
of barrels.
Barrel.
and they
Yeah.
aren't people.
Jarls, witches, oracles, they all generally spend their time hunting in the hills, feasting, brawling, drinking, having a sort of grand old time. And I guess the other thing you would know is, which is like a more minor thing, is like how his rulership actually works. Like, in that area, he maintains his rulership over the court by every year there's like a series of like challenges that people, like anyone who wants to contend, can come compete with him against, and that's how like it's basically maintained by having like these sort of like almost like Viking games of like sport and entertainment. And ever since his rule, he has not lost, or his initial rule. He's, for as far as you know, he's been the Bear King. Or this man has been the Bear King, but there's been several Bear Kings, but you only know of this one. I should put it that way.
So he's like, it's like a contest for the throne.
Yeah, essentially. And being a Fey Lord, it's very hard to oppose Fey Lords. Well, I mean, especially now that he is one. But it isn't. You would know it is an open contest. Because there are creatures from outside the Fae who have attempted as well in the past. Whether it be giants or...
I'm the Bear King.
No. That was not the intention of answering that question.
I mean, you put it right on the table for me.
Good luck, I'll say that. Good luck.
I don't need luck. Just need a good roll, which I guess is also luck, but it's also somewhat determined by my investments into my character. I don't need luck, I just need 2 sheet.
Oh fucking god. So yeah, that's about what you compile on the Bear King himself.
So question,
okay.
Is he or does he ever become a bear?
I mean, if he wanted to, he could. Yeah, he's already.
Okay.
He's usually spends his time around like halfway to 2/3 there, just chilling.
Right. But he's not like all name, no game.
No. There's most definitely bear. He's
It's definitely Bear. So how much Bear is he? Is he like... I don't know, actually you already answered that question. Never mind, nothing back.
Yeah, he's like half to like 2/3 bear, like at regular. Sometimes, if he's out hunting, he'll become like a little bit more bear. Just depends.
You could say he was bearish.
No. I'll refuse. Thank you.
If he had sexual preferences, you would say he was a bear.
Maybe he does, you don't know.
Oh, also, you would know the name of his kingdom. Just to change the subject, it is... Where is it? Fuck, how do I... 1 second. Oh, here it is. It's... Ooh... Alright, Liz, you're gonna say this one. Actually, no, it's not that bad. Bjornheim? Or Bjornheim? Bjornheim?
Yeah, that's easy.
Why'd you ask me that question? I only speak bad English, okay?
No, I said
You speak
Liz.
good
I said
English.
Liz was gonna say that one.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, yeah.
No, I was
Bjornheim.
worried at first.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just export honey. Bees all over the place. Not like the Nicolas Cage like type, but it depends where you go. It's the Feywild. Alrighty. Yeah. What the fuck? Was that an actual reference? Ultra Mega Chicken? Okay, I'm closing the fucking
Yes.
Discord.
What, you think I don't reference things?
I just thought sometimes you say shit and I'm just like, oh, that's incoherent. Maybe it's something, and then you send me an image of it and I'm like, oh, what do I know, huh? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's about what you can glean from that. If there's anything else anyone would like to do, you're more than welcome, of course. I know some people have plans.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I would like to read the book about Far if possible.
You weren't able to bring books into here.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
the books are once you leave,
So,
yeah.
So they're chilling out here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have drugs?
Are you asking them for drugs?
Yeah, illicit substances. Actually, probably illicit substances because the fact that I don't know what time it.
We don't know if they're illicit here.
Sure.
Okay.
It could be legal.
It could be legal, yeah.
Technically, it sounds like cannibalism is legal if you have the right paperwork for it, so...
Yeah.
You know what they say about heroin? It just works.
So, are you calling him over? Or you just, are you just going over to him?
I'll wait till he comes by because I don't want to make the effort to walk over there. I'm assuming he's gonna come check on us anyways because that's literally his job.
So as you do so, and Zon's at the table at this point again, and you sort of get his attention. He says, "Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?"
So, do you guys have any medicines that will cause you to feel unnaturally happy or see things that are not real?
Shogun. What?
And I don't get. What do you mean? Like, I had to roll an insight check. Are you talking about like chamomile?
You failed
Practice with me.
You failed insight check.
Yeah.
I'm alone at the table.
What was that?
Are you guys gonna practice with me?
Yeah.
Oh no, move the token down. Well,
I'm
okay.
alone at the table.
Oh,
I've
shit.
been alone for the past 20 minutes. So please don't.
I'm getting breakfast with you. I was just,
Where'd-
asking God for a lore dump. God.
Like magic mushrooms?
The merfolk of the world eat for their primary dietary source.
Oh, you mean drugs? Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I don't
Just
know.
making sure you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, we have various options available. Do you have anything in particular that you're looking for?
Oh my goodness. The spa does have it all. Jesus, I can't.
I mean, yeah, we have them, but.
What do you mean we just don't?
Normally
we don't. Ma'am, for illegal reasons, we can't surprise you.
Oh.
Yep.
So it is.
Do you have anything in any particular effect you desire, at least?
I want something that makes everyone's heads seem huge.
Why would you want that?
Do we even need to ask at this point?
It's true. Fair.
Which would be airheads.
Okay, give me just 1 second.
She has
I'll be
a
right
gilded boyfriend.
Big heads. Do they have big heads? Big arms. Do they have big heads? He sort of walks away, mumbling to himself.
I'm gonna tuck into breakfast because it looks delicious, and I don't want it to go cold. But not like, sort of like, preoccupiedly eating.
I just extend my arms out, and all the animals sort of descend from along my arm. They descend like locusts over the food.
Like picking up plates as they walk by, as they like surge by.
Just like the swarm of like termites in like cartoons, or they swirl around like the wooden post and they play like a saw blade sound effect, and it just all disintegrates.
I just like hand my plate over to Brandheld. I'm like, this one's for you.
Aw.
Okay.
She just has like the biggest like puppy dog eyes looking up at you, just like single tear.
I'm doing this she does so she doesn't eat me.
She hasn't yet.
I'm 100% sure she eats meat. It's kind of weird because Kayla does not eat meat, but I'm pretty sure she does.
I eat meat. I'm not a vegetarian.
Okay, he sort of comes back after a few minutes.
For such a long time.
So we have a few things that don't exactly see, Miss. Now, if you give us some time, maybe we can find someone who makes that sort of thing. But that's a very specific thing to understand. But we have Elithidust, if that suits your fancy.
Is that from an Illithid?
Yeah, it's made from the residue of Mind Flayer funerary jars.
Oh shit, we could have gotten some of that stuff and sold it, man.
Yeah, well,
we got brain poppers. We got Smith. It's like smack and meth.
We have Paladin's placebo. That's like something that would help, but it's not the same, and it's mostly for addicts.
Yeah, please don't become an addict again.
We got Spiral. Spiral is good. But
I'm just gonna whisper in Terran's ear, "It's okay. They won't have any of this stuff back when we go back to Revedia."
That's true.
she'll have to quit cold turkey.
Oof.
It's really
I'm just gonna point at one of them and say, "I'll try that."
Roll a d5 or roll d6.
Roll a d6.
Oh boy.
Okay. Got 3.
Okay. Let me scroll back up. Okay. Bum bum bum. Where'd it go?
Hey, what do you feel this inside check? what did he roll?
You got like a 6.
Oh.
Okay, Beholder Tears, cool. So he's sort of, what's it called? Oh wait, no, he wouldn't give you that. That's bad. Oh god. Okay. So he would pull out what seems to be these like yellowish flowers. Just chew a few of these leaves. It'll be nice, I guess.
Thank you,
Bro,
sir.
you gotta try this. It gives you stage 4 lung cancer.
What does it do?
They're forget-me-nots. Basically, for the next few hours, she'll just believe she's lived a totally different life. Then it'll go away.
Oh.
Dude, now you got too much life I'm living.
Yeah, is it a random life?
Pretty much. Roll a d4, Ethan. Just to see
Create
how
a
long it
Pathfinder
lasts.
character.
Yeah. Oh, no, I got something sad. Okay.
Oh boy.
As you sort of chew on the leaves for a few seconds, and this fog begins to fill your head, sort of spinning for a second, only vaguely aware of who is around you. You just know that they're cool. You know their names, you know their faces. You're not exactly sure where you've met them, but at least you feel comfortable around them. For now, but you're just almost have the sensation of loss, because the last thing you remembered, you were just relaxed, sitting at home, living a fairly simple life off northern countryside, outside the city of what's it called? Outside the city of Revedia, living in this modest sort of college, nestled like on the edge of the woods. You know what's coming, I think.
My headset actually died in the middle of that, so I did not hear.
Oh, no. Okay, well.
Just,
You imagine
if you have a
yourself-
synopsis, can you just message it to me?
Yeah, sure. It's nothing like intense. Or like nothing crazy.
Okay.
But you're more so confused of how you got where you are, but you at least know everyone who is here. But the last thing you remember is sort of comfortably living off, like in this sort of cottage-like area, maybe about 10 or so miles outside the city of Revedia itself, outside the outskirts. Just sort of you and Gabriel living throughout daily life. Just
Oh, so Gabriel's there.
yeah, you know.
Aw. I wonder where he's at. Where's Gabriel?
Well, he was a lot of things. I mean, he wasn't always dead. Yes,
No, I'm just lost fantasizing about Gabriel.
Yeah, this isn't Skeleton Gabriel. I should have clarified.
Is this
Lore.
her first life?
No, she was 4. She wouldn't be living with anyone.
No, she came back as 4.
Wait, really?
No, well, I came back at 4, but I came back in the Shadowfell. I didn't come to the mortal plane till I was 60.
But
I
yeah,
lived the whole life before I met Gabriel. And then I spent, like, what? I guess it's 9 years, not 5 years with him before I joined the Bronze Flame. I guess it's less than 5 because he probably died in that period of time.
but yeah, you don't know where you are, but everyone seems nice.
Nice.
So yeah, that's your illicit drugs. That's a funny coincidence. And Zelthar and Taryn, you guys have something you wanted to do? Oh, go ahead, Kalis.
I was just gonna briefly ask the purveyor here, our tavern keep and supplier. Are these visions like magical? Are they like, is it the forget-me-not that gives you the vision, or is the vision just constructed from your own memories?
I don't know. It's more like you just remember changes, like it temporarily modifies your memories. I think I don't really know. I mostly just give people drugs when they ask for them. Some people like it, you know. And they spend a few hours, they forget who they are, and they just leave, go on about their life.
You gave her a drug you didn't understand?
She explicitly asked me to.
That's true, but
It is amoral.
if you don't figure out what that drug does, I will have to leave a poor review in the town publication.
Sir, please. She'll be fine in just a few hours, I promise you. The effects never last for more than 3 to 4 hours at most.
You'll be hearing from me if they don't go away.
Do you want some Fey dust? You know? Calm down a little bit?
Karen. With the K.
Oh, Karen.
I'm calling Kalis a Karen.
Oh, I thought you were calling Taryn. I was like, what?
No.
What?
Yeah, it sounded very similar, honestly.
Yeah.
It did. I was like, oh crap.
Okay, well, if you're all good, I'll leave you back to it. I'll just be right over there, you know. She'll be okay. She'll be fine. Just don't freak her out.
Bad memory trip.
Right.
Alrighty. And what else? Taryn and Zelthar, y'all want to do something this morning?
Yes, breakfast is finishing up, and Jugun's off in her possibly fabricated memories. Who knows? Just kind of want to, like, pull Zelthar aside and be like, "Hey, can I talk to you?"
Sure. Okay.
Like, yeah. Alone?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I'll
where are
stay
we
here.
going?
It's okay.
What? What is
Sounds like it's fine. I'll stay here. I didn't want to know. It's okay.
Bye.
It's cool.
So I've been kind of watching you for a while, and was wondering if you could help me with my aim a little bit. Like with distance things? You're very good at shooting a bow, and I like that, and I want to. I want to know how to do that.
You want to aim with your gun or
All of
with...
it.
Okay.
Like I've got a gun and a crossbow. I know it's not like a longbow like you use, but you know, like the
Right.
process you go through, or I don't know how it works.
For sure. One thing I do is I imagine targets all around. It's a lot better if we go outside. Are we
Okay,
outside?
we can go outside.
Are you going like out
Ooh,
towards the
I want to
spring?
come.
No, no, we
Uh,
walked off.
where are you walking to?
Aw.
Mike was my question. You're trying to go out the front?
No, I kind of want to stay like in the grounds, but like not
Okay.
like go into the like hot springs, but like if there's an open area anywhere.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
like in the hot springs itself, like this whole area is maybe it's like I can't fucking ping. Like
Oh,
this whole
no.
like is like this like openish area where you guys got a pretty
Oh,
decent amount of
gotcha.
space.
Okay,
Like,
that's not
that's
water.
all. That's all floor. That's all floor, not water.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, we're outside. Okay. One thing that helped me a lot was a shit ton of practice. I mean, a shit ton of practice, but we're probably not going to be here for 60 days because I don't have the patience for that. So I'm going to teach you some little tricks.
Okay. I mean,
Um,
I've done my own kind of training, so I'm not completely starting from fresh.
For sure, for sure. So do you want to use your pistol or your crossbow or...
Let me. Let's. The pistol's kind of loud. I don't want to alarm anybody. Let's just use a crossbow, and I can maybe then work on translating it to my daggers.
Okay. What I use is I kind of use my imagination as targets in a way. And I kind of imagine a line going this way and a line going that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I aim where they intersect.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So if I wanted to shoot this tree right here, I'll imagine those two lines and I'll aim at the middle. And then
Okay.
I fire. Ow, I just hit my elbow on the counter.
Oh no.
It's fine. You got two.
It's that transport funny bone experience. Now you're getting it.
I hit a tree. I'll try again. And just like that. Oh, let's see you try it.
Okay. Gonna hold up the crossbow and aim for the tree.
Make an attack roll for shits and giggles, I guess. It's practice. Wait, where's... Oh my god. I was so confused. I was trying to find Foundry, but I was looking for roll 20. And not exactly dead on the mark you wanted, but still sort of taking a second to visualize it. Breathing in, and with the exhale, pull the trigger and just... It's a little bit off center of the tree, but still lands on target. It's... You didn't Zelthar it, but hey, it's...
I'm a bird. One thing I noticed is what helps me a lot is when I draw my arrow back or when you load your crossbow, I kind of like inhale, and then once I pull the trigger or let go of the string, I exhale, and that helps a lot with being steady.
Okay.
So I want you to try that.
Okay, I'm gonna try it again with steady aim.
Oh wow, that actually works. Oh no, it's just at advantage. I thought you took a steady aim. Okay.
Oh no, I just did an advantage.
I thought that was like a macro or something.
No.
But no, arrow sinks deep into the what's it called, the center of the tree. Sort of there's that sort of sound of it sort of like shaking as like the wood sort of hits a target, just for a second, then silence except for the flowing water over the area once again.
How was that?
That was really good.
Yeah.
A lot better than my first time. Holy cow. But living for 100 years, I shot a shit ton of arrows, let me tell you.
I can imagine. I keep on forgetting that you're over 100.
Yeah, I
A long
kind of
time.
don't really give off that image. But
I guess it's young for elves, right?
yeah, I guess.
How long do elves usually live? How long do your people live? I don't know if it's different for different elves.
The oldest I've heard of was 1,059.
Wow.
And I think that's like a really low probability of happening, but
It's a long
average it's
time.
around 700, 800 years old.
Wow.
Oh, I was just googling.
No, this is separate. I
I'm
actually
like,
did something. You're good.
winging it. Help.
That's a really long time.
You are right, but I was looking for something else.
1 point now.
I mean,
Let's go.
It depends which elves you're talking about. I was like,
Yeah.
there's like some crazy elves that are like 10,000 years.
We don't talk about them. They're the crazy ones.
Kind of
That's
closer to the Feywild they are at the old game, but yeah.
Does time pass differently? Like, I know it doesn't move differently, but does it feel like it passes differently? Like, that seems like a long time to have stuff to do.
I don't know if I can answer that question because I don't know what it's like to live as a human lifespan.
I mean,
So, our rate of time may be a lot more similar than what we think, but I'm not quite sure. But it feels like a really fucking long time, let me tell you.
it sounds like a really long time too. Okay. I mean, I'm only 26, so that's a long, not a very long time in either case, I guess. Humans or definitely not elves.
Yeah, you seem like you know a lot though for being 26.
Well,
Exploring the world.
maybe not like
do things.
maybe not exploring the world, but sometimes there are certain experiences that give you a lot to think about. But well, I guess everyone will outlive me in this party, but that's okay.
What do you mean? Fundamentally speaking, you have potions to make you younger.
Those are hidden potions, technically.
Not that much younger.
If I take one of those potions, I'm gonna look like a fighting type Pokemon.
Gosh.
Devolution.
Fucking Kale's the Digimon.
Welcome to Archery 101, Professor Zelthar.
If you don't mind,
PhD.
I know like I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but if you don't mind, as we kind of continue, I'd like to take some time to learn more from you. Just now and again.
I'm down for that. But one thing I have to ask is, let's get the father issue resolved first.
Yeah.
'Cause after that, I have all the time in the world.
Well, yeah, no, I just meant around everything else.
Oh, for
You
sure,
know,
for sure.
like downtime, like this. You know, not
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to go out of your way. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Thank you.
No problem. Anything to help the party, as you guys helped me a whole lot.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know, you're part of the party, of course.
Right. You as well.
Yeah.
So, after the brief moment of awkward silence before you guys rejoin the group in the main room. Jung-un, you can be as high as for as long as you want to. I don't know what to do with that. They weren't out there for 4 hours, I know that much, but you're doing your thing.
I'm definitely doing exactly that. My thing.
You see, and as this just sort of only real conscious people in the room are sort of you and Zon Kalis just sort of like see him just like awkwardly sitting there like Robust thumbs in. So you've known everyone here long? Yeah.
Me? Oh, never. Who are you?
I was talking to. Oh, it's. Huh? What?
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 I'm just gonna bring a cup up.
Okay, sure.
Just watch
Cheers.
this go on.
Cheers. Okay, cool. Sorry. So, all right. Just. Actually, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Sort of gets up from the table, disappears for a long amount of time until he hears movement coming back into the room. It's like, oh, whew, that's done and over with. As you guys reconvene. Now, it's really just a matter of whatever you guys want to do. You guys pretty much have the space as, what's it called? Later on, if you guys want to stay till lunch, that'd be served to you as well.
We do have the second night.
Yeah? You want to stay the night, you can do that as well.
Pay for it. So.
I don't really have anything I want to do here.
If we stay, I was gonna take more time to practice, but
Okay.
like go off by myself and practice for a bit.
Yeah, that's doable. As you guys sort of using the second day of reprieve to sort of just exist, sort of not having to deal with the sometimes what feels like overwhelming forces that have been pushing you forward at this point. As you rise on the next day, eventually, there isn't but that feeling of that. Yeah, it's that not foreboding, but the sort of slight tint of disappointment that you can't stay here forever. As you guys ready yourselves for the next day. Chungin, you're off drugs at this point, but you do still remember being on drugs, so do with that what you will. Or do you actually
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have plenty experience.
Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure. So you do remember everything. You do remember your fucking false memories, even though you know they're not real, but you do remember them. You do remember the high.
Nice.
Here's a question. Does this platform Foundry, is the chat feeding onto the stream like Roll20 did?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's on there. I don't have it minimized, but you can. It's really easy to just minimize, and it's back to normal. I just had it open because I was seeing rolls. But yeah. That's when she guys.
Oh, but sorry. Just by the way, anyone can take the Horn of Blasting if they want. I've been carrying that for you guys. But it was. never an opportune time to use it because we were trying to not kill people and not alert people.
It's basically a horn that you blow into it. It explodes things in front of you, and there's a chance it explodes in your face. It's a small
Swiss
chance,
Rodeo.
It's like 10%, I think.
Keep that in our back pocket for a little bit, I think, maybe. I'm sure there'll be an opportune time to use it at some point or another.
Hopefully.
All right. Are we all ready to go back and read?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes.
Very relaxed looking.
And almost as soon as there's that chorus of agreement, as you guys decide you're ready, just find yourselves with that same sort of fuzzy TV static-like sensation and just back around the lectern. Oh, well, you're not over there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You see the book, sitting there in front of you as the sort of arcane energy begins to wind down, sort of closes itself. One of the attendants, is that all you'll be needing from Sally's today?
How long have we been gone?
Let's see, I'm trying to think. This is, in your time, what you would have experienced, lived at least a few days, 2 days maybe.
But when we leave this library, we'll have transported back 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Back to when we left.
So you've aged
I
2
say
days
that-
outside of your natural life cycle.
Uh-huh.
Time to read fast.
Was that an unsettling way to say that?
Well, he's just a bit not in his element.
I think we've got some book tale requests.
What do you request? And we'll have them brought to you.
Oh gosh, the things that I sent.
Yep, let me scroll up. Oh wait, no,
Scroll
I have
up.
a list over here.
Yeah.
So you wish to learn of Fraser Blue, Demon Lord of Lies and Deceit. Is there any specific time period you're looking for? His volumes are rather extensive.
Anything that might give insight into his motivations or like his strengths or weaknesses, or just something like contextual about him.
That can be managed. Okay. Next off, let me just.
I might be surprising with this one, but I wanted to add in Rulim Shykorth and his history with the Feywild.
Okay. It's okay, you didn't surprise me. What else?
Surprise!
You wish to learn of Far, Lady Jungle?
Yes. Basically a volume of, I guess, after I left for my raid journey.
So, you wish to look at a volume pertaining over the past 60 years or so?
I guess a good time period. It's gonna be like 10 years, something like that.
Oh, sure. Oh yeah, because your great journey. You mean like after you came over here? Okay.
Yeah.
And other requests?
I have the Tale of Gwynethon before I was born.
Gwynethon. Ah, yes, that can be done. As what's it called? You see some of the attendants are already sort of walking up these sort of walls and gathering these various tomes.
We also would like anything on. We're searching out these sigil-like markings. There should be 4 of them. Anything about them, like what their use is, how they're used, how they can be stopped from being used, potentially.
So
there's 4 of them. There's one under the snow. There's one underwater. There's one in the jungle, I think. Where was the 4th one?
So
Desert?
there are many sigils that exist. Is there any sort of specificity? Do you know who laid these sigils that would be able to glean more of said things? Otherwise, it's... If I were to present you with books of sigils, it's very hard to find which specific ones you mean.
They're sigils of father relating to Fraser Blue.
Potentially. I don't know if we know that for certain or not, but I think...
Well, that was what Yang Biang asked way back when. She wanted to know a way to stop Father's plan, and the thing she was shown were those sigils.
Right, I don't know if they're his, though, but he's going to be at least using them.
Okay.
There's...
We can include that in the tomes of that Fraser Blue that were requested.
And the land that we came from, there's a corruption running rampant on it. Anything about that and how to stop it and maybe what caused it?
Okay. Just to be specific, the tales don't tell you what can happen. They tell you what has happened. So you will learn the context behind said things, but what you do with said information is up to you.
Okay, that's fine.
There isn't a... While there may be a tale of Raksasha who was pierced by an arrow, and that's how he was killed, by the standard weakness of Raksasha, you know. It won't explicitly say this is how to kill a Raksasha, because these aren't necessarily these are stories of lives, not stories of... or not encyclopedias on them in that sense. If that clarifies.
Understood.
So, Fraser Blue, Sigil's father, Far, Gwenathan, and did you still want to request the time magic thing?
Any tales about, like, how to not be affected by time magic? Or tales of people who were not affected by it, maybe? I don't know how to be specific in that.
Is there any specific effects? I can bring you there are many people who have researched the topic throughout the years, if you're looking for.
To not get sent back in time when it's triggered?
We can provide you the tomes of some people who have researched these specific arcane schools. Then you can comb through them as you wish.
Okay.
So with that, as you guys sort of gather around in the room, it seems that the room is now just a teensy bit larger to accommodate everyone in here, as well as a place for everyone to sit, let's call it around this table. And the only question I have is, where do you want to start? Because I don't want to, because already 10:30, and I don't.
Yeah.
We're not going to get through all of these.
I was okay with... Maybe we can start next session with this. Unless you guys are dying to know this information now.
I'll leave it up to y'all. We can either go over like 1 or 2 of them now, or we can hold it till next time.
I think it'd be helpful if we could learn about the more pertinent ones, because like that would help us plan stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one do you think was pertinent? I guess the portals, probably?
Corruption in time is more pertinent immediately.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with the time mage tower thing, whatever, and the corruption of the land that we need to fix. So those are, I mean, they're all pertinent. We wouldn't be asking about them.
The sigil one, I think, is because we're like looking for it here.
That's
and
true.
We think it might be at the tower.
That's true.
Can I just ask out of game, like, are we allowed to ask about the time mage, or is that like too direct to our personal lives? Is that too like we're too?
That's the father, so I'm assuming not.
You're allowed to access any tomes. There's just a warning with said things that if you go too far into it, or if you like, it's not specific. If you read it, it's fine. It's the actual like going into experiencing said things where there's issues. If you're reading a book of yourself.
Still read it.
Yeah, you could read it, yes. But you do have to know his name, or who you're asking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So
we can read our own books.
Yeah.
Huh?
You can't. No, reading your own. Okay, you can read books that you're a part of, but if you read your own book, that's its own other thing.
So I can read Kale's book and forget the name.
Say it again.
I can read Kale's book and be like, okay, this guy's in Kale's book. I'm assuming he uses his name in Kale's book, right?
Does Kale's know his name?
No.
There you go.
Okay, how about that one guard guy we saw back then?
What's his name?
Oh, fuck.
Well, that was a bad excuse.
Schmitty.
You look at...
No, what do you mean it's a bad excuse? All you have to do is know a name.
No, I don't know.
So, like, we also couldn't ask about the prison, because we don't know the proper name of it.
That's true.
But, like, we could look in Erlim Shikorth's book and learn about it, probably.
I also want to go grab one of the attendants and, like, want to walk off away from everybody else to do the other requests I sent you in the DM.
Sure. That could be done.
Secret requests.
Alrighty. So... Okay. Where are we starting? So as you brought these various tomes, the first ones you'd be given, because they're the most accessible, would be maybe about 3 sort of these large, like, fucking, like, Encyclopedia Britannica fucking tomes on Frozzer Blue. Because you specifically asked for things that could be, like, insights into, like, who he is as a person, motivations, things like that. Zelthar, you receive, what's it called? The novel. Or, not the novel, but the book on Gwenathan. It's a sort of... It's another sort of, like, large book. That's not necessarily to the thickness of other one. And the sort of entire outside of it is almost cold to the touch. Has, like, this... It's almost like the cover itself is, like, made of, like, this... Made of ice. It's this sort of lightish blue... that almost, like, crinkles a little bit as you open it. And the paper pages are inside of it, and it just has her name along the spine of it. That's how all the book tomes are, by the way, except for the ones for characters that have multiple, where it's just his name and a number, indicating which of the tomes, the many tomes that it could be. Next up, brain shit. Jung'un, you would receive the Book of Far. It's this sort of almost pitch black book. Like, even like the lining of the page itself on the outside is like this, almost absorbs the light around it as it's just sort of set on the table in front of you.
It's very uncomforting. Why is it pitch black?
That's just...
Why is it this black?
It's what it is. Kalis, you didn't request anything, right? Oh, wait, no, you requested the, Relim Shikath. So, yeah, I knew someone was going to. As that tome is, presented in front of you, almost like the words are sort of crawling itself, as whatever this book is bound in is certainly not leather. It has this almost like carapace-like quality to it. These like insect or like scales just sort of cover it, seemingly like writhing underneath your hand as it's handed to you. The books on time magic, you would get a few tomes of it seems to be wizards who were researchers in said subjects, because, you know, I'll just put the names in there. Names don't matter as much unless you want them to, outside of what their actual research entailed.
If the names don't matter, then I can get a book.
So yeah, there you go. Red Hawking, Midrad, and the Great and Powerful Bill.
The Great and Powerful Bill.
And first one, you already brought a tome of, oh fuck, 'cause you also asked for the one on Father too, right, as well, Ethan?
No,
or did you
just
still
Far.
want that one? Okay, just Far? Okay, so previously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't really care. Don't really care about Father.
And they, for books for something such as Corruption of the Land, or there would be arcane, like, studies of, like, seems like people who research into sigils and very many things like that, but it's a fairly large collection of tomes, of said subjects, and these, if you're looking for one specific, it'd be best to look in the book of Raza Blue if it's pertaining to him, and maybe go from there.
Okay.
And maybe look for a reference point in other said tomes. As for Corruptions of Land, there have been approximately 47 major corruptions throughout the history of Revedia, and several thousand minor ones, so it's very hard to find a specific tome about a corruption.
Mostly just I guess the most recent one in Queen's Landing from about 8 months ago.
You know any figures who were in Queen's Landing 8 months ago who would have that sort of information?
What's Zilthar's father's name again?
Zilthar's father.
Zilthar, what's your father's name?
I wasn't there yet.
He's opening the tab, give him a second.
Papa Zilthar.
Dad's are.
I cannot think of a name.
Oh, I have it written down somewhere. Hang on, I gotta find it.
I forgot his name too. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. But the short answer is yes, they would have the story of both of Zelthar's parents.
Mr. Zilthar.
Mr. Rohorn.
Not
to be confused with Lord. He owns a house, Lord.
Yeah, but his first name isn't Lord.
Rohorn.
No, where the fuck is it? I know it's before that.
He made up a name. I don't think we ever got his name.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure his name. You sent me his name.
Hold on.
Did you not have his name in the thing? No.
I'm looking.
Got Rowlin. And
Perrick. Perric.
Perric.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
I think I went on like elf name generator. Loki.
Zilthar's father. Perric was there. He is actually being affected by it, and we would like to help him with that.
Okay, and that can be done. We can retrieve the knowledge, or retrieve the tale of Perric Rohorn as well. And that's sort of gotten for you. The tome is actually slightly smaller in size to that of your mother's, but it's sort of this sort of deep green, sort of shifting, very typical elfy looking like tome. And just because I talk too much, what are you going through first? Just so we'll take care of that. The Fraz or Blue, because I think that has the most overlapping stuff in it.
Whichever.
Because that would pertain to, I guess, the sigils and the relationship to the Feywild, or do you want to do the Relim Shakarth one first? That
What's
dude.
that again?
He's the worm god.
The worm god.
Oh,
of
that's
Devour
right.
Realm.
That's right. Taryn would not like that book. She's not going to read that.
Yes, that's not a great thing.
So, someone needs to answer the question. Fries or blue? Or lemon chocolate? Which one? We need a...
Zero as a blue.
Okay. So, as you begin to read this tale, say for the sake of it, you guys are just exchanging this information about it at some point. I'm not gonna fucking... Let me... make sure I have... No,
Not be made to roleplay relaying this information.
So, the origin of Fraser Blue himself is he was one of the first of the Tanari demons to rise to the status of Lord from the Abyss. The Abyss, as you all would know, is where demons come from. Demons, just to be clear, demons come from the Abyss, devils, nine hells. And while they are both fiendish in nature, they are pretty much opposite sides of the same coin, where they're like their main separation is devils are lawful, demons are chaotic, in their way that they deal with evil. And from what seems to be the beginning of almost the Abyss itself, he's always been a figure sort of broiled in the midst of politics, like worshippers, or involvement of worship in civilizations that predate known history, even to those of figures of Dazan, but always as this sort of this sort of leader. His domain is known as the Hollow Heart, which he is allowed to sort of shift and reshape just at thought. Not even if he wills it, it becomes that.
Is that like in the Abyss?
Yes. In the Abyss itself. Let's see. And he was not one of the original demon lords, but he has for thousands of years he has ruled over that section of the Abyss. And even the few people who have tried to come and overthrow him, as demons tend to do, none were remotely were able to set aside their differences for long enough to actually mount a successful invasion against them. And over the time, he had made many enemies, whether it would be things. He almost sounds like a troll. For his own amusement, he would torment people, or sometimes he would summon other demon lords, just to piss them off. Other things like that, and people don't exactly like that. Another things that it would pertain to, his avatars and aspects. He generally does not come to the material plane himself. It would actually it would specifically talk about his distaste for it, and how he can't stand the presence of the air, and how he feels almost suffocating being along that realm. But when he needs to, he's able to send an aspect of himself that's smaller, less impressive, in order to go on his behalf. And even at that, it'd be about as powerful, an aspect, which is just something that a small fragment of his life force that could be summoned by maybe his followers or cultists, is about maybe 12 foot tall, maybe the equivalent to something like a Glabrizu or something like that, or a Hizro, sort of mid to high tier demon. But let's see, other important things. He has a son. Child. He is half fiend. You would know this specific. This wouldn't be common knowledge among anyone, but it was specifically mentioned in this novel. His name is. Fuck, my hand got stuck in the fucking.
Nice, that's a cool name. Fuck, my head got stuck in the fucking...
It's a demon thing.
half fiend, half what?
Half fiend. It says half fiend, half. Oh wait, let me actually check.
His son is a bubbling pit of tar with a screaming maw inside that only spits blood.
Half fiend and half human.
Oh.
Oh, if he's hot, I quit this game.
Oh no, are we gonna have an "oh no, he's hot" moment?
It was
Oh, no.
the mother
He's
was
hot.
a human witch named Vilhara.
A
She
mother-
was the yes, it was yeah. And because she was the first person to know to learn his true name, and she was able to bind him and basically made a demand of him. And bum. Yeah, I believe it.
What's his son's name?
It's Zojanth. It's above Vilhara in the chat.
Oh, I missed it.
You would know that because he knows this. In the Vilhara's language, it means little deceiver.
God, he is a playboy. Ugh.
And you would know that him and her are not exactly on great terms anymore.
Oh,
Yes.
she's still around.
Oops. But yeah, no, it's not an oops. You're reading the book. It wouldn't exactly say when this was.
True.
But using Let me make sure
My
that's
dad
correct.
never comes to my soccer games, kicks the ball. Always wants to stay in the demon realm of the abyss, where he can reshape it to his whim.
Okay. But you would know that she had actually words. Wait, what else? Little Deceiver, learned his true name. Oh fuck. I forgot. You ever say something and you just have a sudden realization?
You shouldn't have said it.
Yeah. No, it's more like I did something, I didn't think of the implication of it. So you guys would technically know Frowser Blue's true name because of the
Chill.
That's
Yeah, I was going to say that, knowing his true name.
Oh
So
fuck.
I got that one.
Oh shit.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to give us the true name, if that would be pushing too deep for
Our little
our
minds.
mind
As you're
freaks.
reading this book, it actually is in first person. This is basically almost clearly this is not him writing. It's all written from his perspective.
Because when you put it on the altar, it's experiential.
Yeah.
Right. So he wouldn't necessarily be referring to himself with his own name.
People have called it his name before, so...
Yeah. Especially because you're looking into his beginnings, specifically. Fuck. Alrighty. Well, there you go. I don't want to type it. I don't want to click paste.
It's a Frowser Blue.
Required to do it. And
No,
what do you
no. So every demon has a name they're known by, and then they have a true name.
I just thought Father was his facade.
No. Frowser Blue's, even Frowser Blue's not his real name. No, the names you know all these creatures as are not their real names.
Gotcha.
Even this includes almost all things. Even Fae. It's similar with Faes as well. Faes also have true names, and if you know a creature's true names, especially magical creatures, then you can gain certain things over them. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you know that.
If it has less than 4 apostrophes, I will be disappointed.
I'm
It
sorry.
has
It's
0.
very simple.
Oh, snap. But does anyone in this party know what to do with it?
Nope.
Oh my God.
I don't.
Wait, how do I not know this?
Because why would you know that?
Demons?
Oh, wait. You don't deal with demons. There aren't demons in the Shadowfell.
I think particularly in my backstory, I hunt demons.
Oh. Well, then you would be vaguely aware of it. I don't know what rituals you would know pertaining to it. But yeah, as I was saying, the son of Fraser Blue and Vilhara was Jogath, and he was actually, some time ago, Fraser Blue attempted to kill a woman, known as Oliva, because she had actually summoned and bound Strokanth, using some tome from long ago, and made
My dad really does care.
So he and the son was bound and enslaved by this witch for several generations.
Fuck.
And bum bum bum.
You said that he tried to kill her, or he did?
Oh no. He tried. Oh, Fraser Blue tried to kill her, but she was unsuccessful because she was not in the abyss. He was not able to go to the prime material plane to do it himself, because it's a big deal for other beings to be able to go to the material plane. But let's see. At the time, or at least from what he would know, let's see. The witch known as Oliva attempted to bind Jokanth, or use Jokanth to bind the prime material plane and the abyss together. Because not for necessarily to combine them, but at the time there was this rift occurring, separating the planes. In order to keep.
Sorry to combine which planes? Sorry, I missed that.
Specifically the abyss and the prime material plane.
Okay.
By binding, it was not necessarily. It just needed to be a powerful magical entity, and she used him, but he was able to resist. What's it called? And escaped from there. However, just before he could escape, in his sort of weakened state, he was bound in to like the planar fabric and pretty much thrown into the space between planes. So sort of adrift in nowhere.
Dad.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So, to our knowledge, is the prime material plane bound to the abyss at the present time?
Well, yeah, because you can travel between them, yes. So you can still move between them. You can. Well, yeah. Well, you wouldn't know specifically, but I'll say for the sake of it, yes, you can. You know the demons are here. That's how you know. The demons have been able to come here. Other things you would be able to find out, told you about his aspects, told you about his things. I'm sorry, give me... Where is it? I lost my page. Fuck.
Aww.
Fuck you.
What?
You're being mean to me, Ethan. I don't like it.
We're besties, though.
Only when you want something from me. Where the fuck? I'm sorry. Let me...
I just want your attention, Dad.
I mean,
He
hell,
wants my attention.
Let's see. Oh, and I guess another important thing is his imprisonment. That might be pertinent information to you all. Several centuries ago, he was what's it called? Imprisoned by actually, it'd be about 6 centuries ago. A human wizard and his apprentice were able to summon him to the material plane. And assuming that they were not powerful enough to bind him, yeah, no. I just have to make sure I was reading correctly. Yeah, he assumed that they were not powerful enough to bind him, so he did not take them seriously in their demands. They were basically asking him for attempting to use him for for various nefarious reasons. He did not go along with that, but they presented him with a powerful artifact known as an Ichor Lance. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a way to put this into words that make sense. Yeah. So once they pulled out this artifact in front of him, he attempted to take it from them because, logically speaking, if mortals put a powerful artifact in front of you, you should make it yours. In the sort of wrestle with it, once he had sort of laid his hands on it, his own energy had rebounded against him and stripped him of his power. Little did he realize that was their plan all along, and from that point he was able to be imprisoned and kept below, or be imprisoned by this wizard for about 3 centuries. Over the years, he was sort of kept as just almost like an exhibit in this sort of wizard's zoo of various demons and other extraplanar entities and creatures.
That is a dumb plan.
It's wizards are
People
known
be
for
dumb.
being very stupid, smart people. And in the meantime, he would later find out that while he was gone, his entire domain, the Hollow's Heart, while he was not there, within a few years, collapsed onto itself. And also, the staff of Frowser Blue was seized during this time, and it has since remained lost to him. The staff of Frowser Blue was a powerful artifact and was how he sort of reshaped his domain to as well. Later on, down the years, he was able to, him being the sort of god of deceit and tricks, was able to sort of fool one of these wizard's apprentices into freeing him from said prison. And he joyously carried his rescuers off to the abyss after they had sort of helped his escape. He found his realm destroyed. Very many minor demons now occupying said area. And he has basically been in a raid since this day. He's been gathering forces. This was
3 centuries ago? 6 centuries ago, he was taken captive and he was held captive for 3 centuries. So 3 centuries ago, he got out and... Okay.
Yes, and he's been essentially raising hell in the abyss since then. Sort of reclaiming all his lands, taking back his domain against... and while also sort of fighting off against many attackers that he had. Confrontations with Graz'd, the Demogorgon, Sagan-Banoth, and many others. In said things, he would have... Yeah, this is the important part. Fuck. He would have reached out towards extra entities more powerful than himself, while he was not able to access as many, or specifically his most important artifact, and that is where I guess was her crossover with the Tomb of Limshikoth, where in exchange for what Limshikoth desired was an entrance into the material plane. Frowser Blue would be given not only his domain returned to him in the abyss, but the abyss as a whole. And with that, you would also know that with his plans from there, he essentially intended to rule everything, as his next step would be to, now that the abyss would finally be unified under one person, would be the destruction of the Nine Hells, because the Blood War is a very big thing. Never stop being one. I mean, if you don't know what the Blood War is, big war between demons and devils, which has always existed since the beginning of time, pretty much.
So when does he meet Father? Not Father, Far.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, this is dead. What if I could just put this back in? So this would happen within the past century where, yeah, this is part of the big plan. Okay, I'll explain this. So with Relim Shikroth, he basically needed some way to power said thing. And the closest he could get to, because he could not forcibly bring himself into the material plane, was the Shadowfell. And through there, he found this area populated by many of the Shadar-kai, who were a group of elves native to the Feywild, because they're not elves technically. You have to remember that the Shadowfell and the Feywild are essentially two sides of the same coin. So where there's things in the Feywild, many times it's the Shadowfell equivalent. In this case, it's the Shadar-kai.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. So these were a group of people who already had their divines that they had worshipped, and the largest sect of those was that of Far. He basically presented himself as a messiah to these people, sort of as like an incarnate, sort of putting himself forth, and eventually was able to amass the largest organized group of these people who exist here, of the Shadar-kai. All in the name of this said god. Let me see. And that would go to... Eventually, he would learn more of how the Shadowfell worked and how the Shadowfell gained power from the misery of the material plane. Because if bad things happen there, good things happen here. And he would decide that the easiest way to do it wouldn't be for a mass thing. He would send out his own agents to go and cause this destruction, to cause misery throughout the planes. You know 4 of them. Or you know the 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, currently, how far up are you going to read? That's the question. Because, yeah. Or how recent are you going to read?
Wait, though, is there more? I thought it didn't predict the future.
It's not the future, but you're not at the present day. Where I'm at right now is where Jungam is introduced.
I know Taryn probably wouldn't want to read too much further because she's really paranoid about reading anything about herself.
Okay. Alright, then if that's the case, that's about what you'd be able to glean from that, is basically he has made a deal with this extraplanar entity that if he can give him what he wants, then he'll be able to gain the Abyss. But his ultimate plan is, even if this creature gets the material plane, his plan is everything eventually.
Was there anything about the sigils so far? No.
No, not at this point. There wouldn't be. Really, yeah. He eventually plans to betray Relim Shikroth, but not until he gets exceedingly more powerful than he is. That was almost his intention from the very beginning. Because, that's his whole thing. But unless you have a specific part you want to know more about, whether it's the sort of said beginnings of him, any specific things that we talked about, that's where we're going to pause things. It is currently 11 p.m.
That's true.
So if you have a specific question, go for it. But...
Yeah, the only thing would be to skim for sigils. Skim for the word sigils, to be is there anything here? Here's sigils. Read the sentence it's in. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just say something. So, if you were skimming through it, you'd eventually get way past the point of the sort of almost training of Jung-un. And as he sort of... skimming past the part with Jung-un where he had sort of almost sort of found her out the Shadowfell, and decided that she should be one of the ones that he would be using throughout his, as well as all her siblings sort of found in similar ways, as they sort of were just these different people found throughout the Shadowfell that he decided that he would be able to use. Eventually would get to sort of some of the details of his plan, and specifically the idea it was to there exists magical ley lines along in land Revedia itself, in which many of the arcane things sort of are powered, and which flows like through the world, and upon important spots along these ley lines are where the sigils are actually placed, where there's this sort of coalescing of arcane energy, and that when said time would be ready, they would be able to help you transfer that all arcane energy emanating from that source into one larger, which would be able to.
Yeah, we kind of figured that out already, I think.
Yeah.
With the ley lines.
I don't remember if you got them or I don't remember if you guys know that or not.
Yeah, I remember there being ley lines and us kind of thinking that the sigils correspond with them somehow. So that's
I
not.
don't have ley lines in my notes at all.
I don't know if I have it in my notes, but I remember talking about it.
Yeah, I do too. That's why it's weird. It's not here.
Well, now they're in my notes.
So the sigils harvest energy from the ley lines?
Yes, or their intent is that when it is time, because it's not necessarily just harvesting, it's always this massive bundle of energy. So when it's time, all the energy from there will be redirected and used for what the plan is to actually temporarily try to merge the Shadowfell and the material plane, at least long enough for there to cause enough destruction for it to be permanent.
And that's different than bonding them, because they're already bonded.
Yes, they're already bound to each other, as in they can be traveled to within one another, and like portals can be created. In this term, they would be the one and the same, if they were to be successful in this. On the flip side of that, in turn, that would also sever the connection of the Feywild to the material plane, because they're the same side of the material. And if the Shadowfell becomes the material plane, then there's nothing for the Feywild to be bound to, and they will just exist in their own space.
So is the Shadowfell, does the Shadowfell want, does Frozerblue want to do that because he just hates the material plane and he just wants it to be shittier?
It's not just that. It's because he does hate the material plane, but it's more so he can gain control of the abyss. Because by doing this for Limshrakoth, he is what's known as Limshrakoth is known as being from the Far Realms. The Far Realms are the space that exists outside the planar map. That is known. So that's where you, I guess you could imagine, where your Lovecraftian type creatures come from. Where your, Cthulhu's or N'Zoths or things like that. I said N'Zoth, that's World of Warcraft. Anyways.
Azathoth.
It's very close to D&D.
Yeah. Nyarlathotep.
Trying to hide it.
Azathoth. That kind of thing.
Yeah, but yeah, those would be Far Realms creatures.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
But
and
the
psychic whales too. Those are the Far Realms too.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of weird stuff.
So you got Cthulhu, worm gods that are non-Euclidean devouring monsters, whales.
Yes.
All bad.
Whales are cool. Sometimes. Don't be the equivalent to Space Grill though.
That's how you get Dishonored.
No, those really are the Far Realm whales.
But yeah, that's where we'll pause things for now. We'll pick up, we'll throw everything back in there. Tomorrow will be, not tomorrow, that'd be...
a lot.
Yeah, not tomorrow. That's when we'll have...
Next time.
Yeah, that's when all the spicy stuff's coming up. And then we'll jump back into things. So with that, thanks for watching. Or maybe not, maybe you don't want to maybe you didn't want to watch, I guess. If so, why are you here? Whatever. But yeah, have a wonderful one, everyone. And we'll see you next week. It's the 17th? Yeah, fuck it. Wave goodbye. Bye. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, fuck it.